Hey, we're going to interrupt this to sponsor ourselves. If you are so interested, we found out about a lot of DVD special features from this black-white DVD that I've been holding on to for years.
Special is something you could call it. They're definitely features.
I would call them premium features myself. We've got the makeup application slideshow where we can watch them apply Emmy award-winning blackface.
Sin.
We can watch the original casting videos. There's all 6 episodes with audio commentaries. We're going to be diving into this on our Patreon at patreon.com/sadboys. So you can check that out, and you can also check out all of the exclusive Patreon episodes of our podcast, Sad Boys Nights, of which we've got 70 episodes, over 70 hours of content that you can get for as low as $5 a month. You can make sure to only use your discretionary entertainment spending on this.
No obligation
Don't break
whatsoever.
the bank. No obligation.
Sign up for a month if you listen to absolutely everything. If you're a crazy person, and then
Don't even worry about it. And while you're there, we are giving a little promotion. If you were planning to buy the merch already, you can get $5 off on the merch, which is going to subsidize your entire first month of our Patreon and get access to an exclusive patron colorway. It's a beautiful lavender blue situation.
we worked pretty hard to figure out what the name of the color is.
Yeah, don't look that up. But yeah, enjoy this, and there's a lot more to come, and we just wanted to get the boys together for one last job. And here we go, back on the job site.
The blackface job site.
Previously on Black White.
Over the next several weeks, my family's gonna be living with the white family.
I have no idea what it's going to be like to live with a black family.
This is such an understatement of what they're doing. We're going to live with a black family, and that's the whole show.
And that's the whole show.
No worries. Surprise!
Commingling. Yeah, it's not like the most of these conflicts wouldn't exist if they weren't being put in the most ridiculous situations.
Yeah. They're not arguing about, you haven't been doing the dishes. They're arguing about, you got to stop saying the N-word.
I forgot. Well, one, there was the moment of the mom, Carmen, yelling at her daughter. And I also forgot they did live together.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Because I'm mostly thinking about them being out and about and in the ridiculous makeup.
There's something about those other segments that sticks with me a little more. If anything, and this isn't a criticism of the show, because the show is perfect and I support everything about it. I love the ideology. 10 more seasons, please. There is something a little weird.
6 seasons in a movie.
There's something a little strange to me still about, how much of this does take place in the house, because to be honest, I don't care that much. I kind of want them to send them to more racist hobbies.
Whenever they would be focusing on the black people, they would show an urban hip hop beat and do a cool black and white cut of the city, establishing shots,
and then
of
going
Los
to play
Angeles.
golf.
And then
During this project, I'm going to become a black person.
Totally, dude. Hell yeah.
During this project, I'm going to become a black person.
By changing the color of my skin, I will be able
They changed the color of her eye.
to see what it's like to be white.
When I walked into poetry class, it just went whoa. Who got the idea that I was ready for this?
There's no one word. But when it comes to black and white,
Bruno
I can
knows
think
what
of
it is. Bruno bursts through the door. I have a few.
She's still in disguise at this point, so she's there's no one word that I can say.
Oh, dude, remember when she turned up still in blackface for the reveal, as opposed to someone else coming in and being like, and this is Rose.
And
Rose
then,
walks in without, I was going to say in white face, in face, normal face that she has.
Didn't her mom, no, sorry, I gotta remember, can we, well, no, not can we, I have the stuff.
I got it.
Sparks family, Renee. Didn't Renee, the mom of the Sparks family, make a friend who was white and then have to reveal?
That's right.
And then the friend said she feels like her best friend died.
I feel like they've become disgusting to me.
it all turns gray.
I just felt like
That's it? Like, I didn't connect to anything. It just...
The poetry class is so honest.
It's almost like you're not speaking from the black experience.
Something's wrong. This is going to sound crazy.
I don't want to like deny your blackness because, of course, there's so much nuance to black identity in America, but there's just something that's not connected.
Rose is like nervously wiping her forehead. The makeup's coming off.
Yeah, she's like finger-printed white forehead lines.
This is going to sound crazy.
I just cannot stand lying to them anymore. I live in Santa Monica. I've told you the truth since the beginning, except for the fact that I've walked in here in makeup, and that is the lie.
Right now.
So a huge one.
The only...
I've told you the truth except for my entire identity.
Wow, you told me your real
I am
name.
from Santa Monica, though.
No, but that was actually true.
Yeah.
To say like, well, what? That's not true. You lied in the poetry. What's left? Your name and address.
Right.
Those are the true things.
Yeah, well...
Also, I'm 6'5".
Oh!
Okay.
She was on her knees with like little shoes.
Right now, looking at you, I am disgusted. I cannot see who you are.
May I ask you something kind of personal? You don't have to answer it. What grade are you in?
None.
What were you in?
Why?
Are you worried about yourself at all?
Consequences, I don't think about them. I really don't care about them. That's the last thing I'm thinking about. I'll take this one.
Wait a minute.
That's a bar. Consequences, I don't think about it. I don't care about them. That's not what I'm worried about.
Not what I'm scared about.
It's like a 16. Gucci Mane lyric.
Dude, go back just a few frames to his confessional that's about to come out.
What grade are you in? None.
16. Isn't that, did he hit it with 16?
Where are you in?
Why?
Are you worried about yourself at all?
Consequences, I don't think about them. I really don't care about them. That's the last thing I'm thinking about. I'll take this one.
Do you have something to share with us? Touch your forehead right now.
I'm darker. Oh my God, he was in mixed race.
He was
makeup.
in mixed dot race.
I'll take this one.
You can buy a watch right now.
There are some concerns that Nicholas is leading in towards that direction as far as gang-related life.
What kind of job do you have, Negro, when you need a $150 watch?
All my black friends, they wave canes around. They're like, it's good to be a nigger.
Oh my God, I forgot he looked like that. I know we've talked about it before. The technology for whiteface is generations behind. It's like hundreds of years behind.
I forgot he did that. Oh my, it's so much worse than I remember. Did he say all my black friends walk around with canes? No, they don't, Thurston.
Where do you hang out? Yeah. I hang out in a lot of blaxploitation movies.
Yeah, literally.
I'm on set with Dolomite a lot.
Yeah, not what happened.
This is somebody who's heard about black people, like an alien. Like, you know black people? Oh, of course, yes. The got spears.
Wait, and then he said it's good to be an N-word. Like, he just hard launched it, dude, like a fucking rocket.
He said it's good.
Well, okay. Yeah, I didn't really consider it that way.
$50 watch.
All my black friends, they wave canes around. They're like, it's good to be a nigger. Like that.
It didn't bother me.
This face where he goes, it didn't bother me.
Slow zoom.
This was a part of his. This is about a part of his character development, though, because he learned that he didn't like it when he was when he met with the etiquette. By the way, etiquette class member.
Yeah, bad etiquette. Also, doing an impression.
I think that this experience was when he had a conversation with his dad, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I don't like this."
This is gonna sound crazy. So what if a kid in the whitest polo I've ever seen, top button done up, did an impression of like a zoot suit style pimp from the 70s?
Yeah, you did.
And said the N-word, and something bothered me about that.
Without hesitation. I hesitate more saying the N-word than that kid.
I've never seen. I know there's hard R. I've never seen multiple R's. He did a capital R right at the end.
I think the most racist thing he did was the cane waving motivation
With
and
the
the head bobbing. Yeah, that was insane. Where did you learn that?
I mean, I think it exclusively blaxploitation.
Yeah, I'm like at that age, that is so concerning.
I'll say it, an incredible performer.
This would be my face in the moment.
Dude,
this is blinking white guy for the new generation.
Yeah, that's true. He's at it again.
We had the kids use racial jokes because, we all use racial. It didn't bother me.
Stop playing that.
I didn't mean to. Jacob, have you ever watched a full episode of Black White? Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. Jacob, do you have any friends that do that?
No.
Why are you wobbling your head?
The kids use racial jokes because, we all use racial jokes. It's just all fun and games.
Somebody can just come out and call you a nigga and it don't bother you.
No.
You don't get it. Yo, bitch. What? Carmen called me a bitch. I took it as though she deliberately called me that.
The families are at odds right now, and we thought it'd be a good idea to bring in a therapist, an objective view.
Has anyone ever offended you?
I've been dismissed for not understanding things or being clueless because of blonde or white.
When you see two kids on the street calling each other nigger, you'll remember this conversation. You'll remember what it was like to live in a home with two people that might be offended.
Doesn't it feel like, because Bruno didn't even do anything in any of those flashbacks, didn't do his normal dastardly business. It feels like he's like an open flame near a curtain. And like whenever he's in a scene, I'm just like looking
I'm
at
on
it.
edge.
Like,
I'm on edge and I'm concerned. I didn't say anything during the therapist bit because I was like, oh, we probably won't use this, but I don't remember that therapist at all. Would that even happen?
And then they not including maybe something someone said.
Yeah.
Because also, it clearly, I would love to meet like a lead producer on this show who came up with all the dastardly little plans. Like, hey, what if we got a black therapist? What do you think will happen if we got a black therapist?
Wasn't there also a race expert that was a white guy in the show when they went to a panel?
I believe so, but he was an expert.
Oh, okay.
He knew what it was.
Well, that's true. Yeah, not that you can't study race as a white person, but it was just a funny juxtaposition.
But maybe he was in whiteface.
Please don't believe the hype. Everything in the world ain't black and white.
Everybody ain't a stereotype. Just because I look wrong, I'm about to do right. Black is midnight,
the king.
bright as snow white. You better do me right or I'm about to take flight. Put you on nice, blast on you twice.
Cool.
If you a zebra, better come out them stripes.
If you a zebra, better come out them stripes.
Please don't believe the hype. Everything in the world ain't black and white.
And there is a full music video of this, by the way, which after we finish this, we can watch with Jacob as a treat.
Jacob, because you wrote a lot of these lyrics, presumably.
No, but I relate to them.
Oh, he's putting on makeup. Final week project.
It's the social experiment.
How dare you?
This is like when they called Love is Blind a social experiment. It is not.
The experiment. I mean, if it was an experiment, why are there like 15 seasons of like, we're still not sure?
It is a, at best, demonstration.
We're doing a medical study and where we shoot you. Oh, we killed him again. Good to know.
It's the last week in the house and nobody's getting along.
We're down to the final week of this project, and things are so...
How many shirts does Bruno own?
Is he always in that orange polo?
Yeah, he's like a Simpson.
Yeah, wait, is it an orange polo?
It's always
that just existed in my subconscious.
It's always the same one. He has like a Family Guy wardrobe where it's just the same
he's
shirt.
just wearing the same thing.
We're down to the final week of this project, and things are so strained in the house. I think we've all had it with each other. It's just really like...
Why'd you say had it like that?
I felt like she held something back.
I think we've all had it with each other.
We've all, what you could say, getting sick of each other living in the house, if you catch my drift.
And I really wish you would just say you didn't like me or something tangible, because I don't know what the heck is going on in your head. Why are you on this project? To have a good time? Because I've heard that like 5 times now.
Why are you in this project?
Things are definitely getting a little spicy around his house.
What? I didn't know he really got her like that.
Oh, shit.
Why are you in this project?
It is very funny to criticize anyone when you have been doing blackface every single day.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm sitting here in the makeup chair every single day to learn.
I'm here to help you, Nick. Phew.
There's also a few episodes where Nick was just completely gone. Remember those?
Oh, yeah. They were just like, we don't know what to fucking do with this.
Yeah,
kid.
where's Nick?
He's learning etiquette.
Things are definitely getting a little spicy around this house. Basically, one word is said, 6 different understandings.
Even Mom and Renee are still talking about this bitch incident.
Calling a woman.
I thought we were going to be able to avoid it. The bitch incident is, as shown in the edit, pretty cut and dry, where they were shown a page of... It was like slang.
They were. I mean, the idea made no sense. It was really weird, but it was just. Isn't that the one where they also call a gun a biscuit?
Yeah, drop the biscuit.
And they're like, okay, I guess I don't know what this exercise is for because neither of them talk the way that they're being told.
Exactly. And I think it was a situation where they were like, oh, can't the bitch be friendly? Like, yo, bitch. And then Renee was like, you called me a bitch?
Excuse me. Did you actually get my nose?
And I'm like, I never want to be on Carmen's side just because of everything else she said and done. But in that particular instant, I was like, are they leaving something out that I'm not understanding here? Because this has been a multi-episode issue.
The versus the feedback that Bruno's gotten, which is like, don't say the N-word.
Just stop saying the N-word,
please. Okay, fine. You can do it.
Literally, he gets a modicum of pushback, and then he's like, no, I'll say it. And
Excuse me.
And then Carmen was like, okay.
You're right.
Woman a bitch. You as an adult should know that calling a woman a bitch, you as an adult should know that these are words that you just don't just blurt out.
I am naive.
But again, we were talking about black-white vernacular. She was dialoguing
looked at it, and I thought, yo,
and used a word that was used in the classroom context.
Time out.
Wait a minute, Brian. So it's very important.
Hey there, boy.
Again, it's so... I know I just said that I don't want to defend Carmen, but in this context, it does feel like they're kind of, oh, it's so tough.
I just feel like the answer is, okay, sorry that it made you feel
you
uncomfortable.
apologize.
I apologize, and I was not doing it sincerely. It was part of the exercise.
And I
will not do that again.
I also recognize that it's valid that you heard it sincerely and it hurt you.
Understood.
That was not my intention, but the action has been done and the damage has been caused. And for that, I apologize. And it's something I'm going to learn from and never repeat.
And it also feels a bit elephant in the room where I'm like, okay, guys, well, if we're going to talk about words, we're going to talk about people saying words that maybe weren't the best move ever.
Have black people not witnessed Bruno saying the N-word? Because he said it in the car.
He nailed it.
Yeah, he nailed it.
Didn't he triple it?
Yeah, he did. He put him out there, dude.
It was used in the classroom context.
Time out.
Wait a minute, Brian. So it's very important the context in which it was used.
Bullshit.
What was bullshit about what I just said?
That's bullshit to me.
I feel like everybody in the house is on edge. Right now, I'm just ready to go home.
To not be seen or loved, it's really hard. To live in a household like that?
Gosh, you guys should know how that feels. That's prejudice.
Of all the people that should know what that word is, it's your hobby, dude. That's so prejudiced.
I expected not to be surprised in episode 6. but you of all people should know that's prejudice.
Hey, this guy's being a real nugget slur.
That's so funny, dude.
Oh, my name's
Imagine you're mansplaining prejudice to black people and you don't even know what the word is.
Well, it's because you know what that is. It's all new to me.
It's all prejudice.
You're being really prejudice to me right now.
Prejudice is awesome.
Give me that one more time. Hold on.
That's my new internet handle, prejudice.
Let's get that word on screen as he says it. I want to...
Right now, I'm just ready to go home.
To not be seen or loved, it's really hard. to live in a household like that?
Gosh, you guys should know how that feels. That's prejudice.
I honestly, deep down inside,
He is
added 2 syllables.
He is so close to Michael Scott levels of like,
know, dude.
Like that is. I can imagine Steve Carell, who I love, performing this perfectly.
Oh my god, dude!
Because it's just like he says it with such a straight face, such a matter of fact. That's prejudice.
There's a conflict between some of the warehouse workers, and he's like going down trying to be cool. And he's like, "Hey, well, you know, you guys, you want to work these days, and they don't want to work these days. But in a way, we're all brothers. You get it." And then and then it's like, "That's prejudicism for that.
That's prestigiatism.
That's racist."
That's raciste.
Yeah,
I've only read it. It's one of those words I've only read.
He turns to one of the only Hispanic workers and goes,
"Lo comprende?"
think that Bruno is racist.
Weird.
Wait, hold on.
Hard to live in a household like that?
Gosh, you guys should know how that feels. That's prejudice.
I honestly, deep down inside, think that Bruno is racist.
Weird.
He is.
No.
Oh, we lost him.
Hold on. Wait,
Are you coping with the fact that Bruno is racist?
I just feel like deep down, behind the veil, you may not be able to tell it from his actions up front, but deep down inside, I am actually excited that Brian said this because he's right. Because he's right. I also don't like how in this edit Bruno said something, try to shut up Brian. Then Brian was like, no, that's bullshit. And then the show cut and never let Brian explain himself. Didn't he say, what was bullshit about that? And the show went, who cares? I gotta be honest, I think Brian is deep down, he's racist. They're all racist and I'm good.
I do hope that most of the show does not happen on this couch because I need them to go out and about and do stuff.
This is the not fun part. Come on.
Yeah.
Tired. We're cranky. It is time for this to be over.
Tarantino movie.
So these are the. By the way, Star Spangled trailers. Yeah,
give you a service. Seriously.
I suppose. Yeah. This is where the magic happens. Actually.
Blackface now.
I think that life was harder for me in this project as a white girl, mainly because I was the minority in the groups that I was in. So I got to experience what.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the whole purpose of the experiment is that the other family has the opposite experience.
What if she thinks that no one else is doing race swapping and they're just different people?
Yeah.
She's Nick.
I was drawn out of a hat as to be the person who had to pretend to be black for the whole show.
He's Carmen's like, where's my mom?
And I was in all these black spaces and I didn't belong.
I don't get it. I was trying to help and they were being, frankly, aggressive.
I was a solid snake in a stealth mission.
But the box
hiding in a box. Melanin.
That's prejudice.
Yeah, that's prejudice.
it was like to be the odd one out in ways.
Oh, sorry. Here, I can go around.
Hanging out with a group of black.
That's not being the odd one out because you're black. That woman looked into the lens of the camera.
Yeah, she went, wait, why am I on camera right now?
Yeah, that's why she's uncomfortable.
Shouldn't I sign a release and then they just walk away?
Yeah.
To class and back to my white makeup just to hang out with the kids.
He says hang out with the kids like he's a retired Hall of Fame NFL running back.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's doing like a camp.
Yeah.
Where
trying to get at-risk youth off the street.
Right.
Like,
exactly. Hang with the kids.
Come do photography with me. I do not remember being in a photography class, by the way.
Yeah, me either. I remember being in an etiquette class.
It's so funny when they choose one where they're like, well, it's not really race related.
It feels like it is because all of the black people things are race related and the white people things are like golfing.
Etiquette.
in the scheme of things, this area is nothing but a stereotype, right?
Oh, what?
Insane.
The fuck?
To do that.
That is crazy.
Like they're at the museum.
What? Emmy Award winning, by the way.
Yeah, well, those guys are built out of wax.
Yeah, on the back of the
impressive.
DVD, it says a groundbreaking and provocative new series.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong.
Yeah, I guess.
Groundbreaking like an earthquake.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it just fucks up things that were fine.
It is a natural disaster.
Yeah. Yeah, like an earthquake, it is a disaster. And then their guide, their like photographer guide was like, in a way, this is nothing but a stereotype.
Deep down, I think it's French's initial.
I wish they would say, I don't know, like off the top where they are in LA right now, but you know, this is a well, I would say a well-known and understood problem that we are not gonna make any interesting. I feel like when you are, I don't need to get on my soapbox about this, but when people are doing profiles of like unhoused people, the point is to retain their humanity.
Is to humanize.
Yeah.
Literally, because they have become furniture to the like what's like the peripheral vision of most people walking around now.
Exactly. And to like humanize them and say this is a full person and they should be treated as such. And this is the opposite of that. And they say, don't touch the glass. This is a fucking museum exhibit.
On the on-rails Pokemon Snap method.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh, look, Easter egg, I found one.
Yeah, literally.
I'm glad it's the last week of the project because I'm just bored and ready to go home.
I respect.
I mean, Nick has always been a straight shooter.
He's so like down to earth with all of this stuff. It's really
He's giving
weird.
the producers nothing.
I know, that's why he was gone for half
Where
the
is
season.
what's her face? What's the name of the girl?
Rose?
The teenager girl?
Rose, right?
Rose, yeah. Whereas Rose is like always being introspective about like the black experience.
It's incredible.
And then Nick is like, I hate it and I don't like it. And I want to go home. Aren't you worried about this? No.
Go away.
Why'd you buy a $150 watch? I wanted it.
I wanted the watch and you're being weird.
Yeah.
What did you do today?
We took pictures with the same class we was with last time.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Why does it matter?
Did you enjoy yourself?
Why does it matter?
Why do you think that it's okay for you to be so rude sometimes?
Why you keep asking me all these damn questions?
Hell yeah, brother.
He hates it here.
Dude,
he hates it.
Why do you
now
have to be
he's
so
being
rude?
rude to Rose, but I don't know what their like relationship is. Also, they're both like teenagers, so they're rough around the edges, of course.
And I mean,
with their communication,
it's an edit. We're always going to miss context, and we're always going to get maybe the most provocative things. But with that in mind, he's just kind of being dismissive.
He's being dismissive. Yeah,
you don't owe anyone engagement, least of all the producers of this psycho show.
Right? They're like asking him questions to like open him up because it's good for TV. But he's like, I don't want to play that game. Who knows why he's here? He's, I think, the real son of this family.
Yeah,
whereas, like, the Wurgles, I think Bruno was like, they found the most racist actor in LA.
They dug him out of the ground like an urukai.
Yeah, and then
what about this?
And then
guy?
Carmen and Rose are mother-daughter, but then Bruno is like an ex or something, an ex-boyfriend.
Bruno's like a familiar.
Yeah, he's a summon. They're like, you have 6 episodes, and then he'll disappear.
We are racism.
Prejudice. Allah.
Prejudice.
It's like the Dark Souls font. Prejudice.
You are racist.
Every time, dude, that'd be funny edit. Like every time he says like the N-word, we just go prejudice. Prejudice failed.
Pissed me off, and you're living in my pay for you to be so rude sometimes.
Why you keep asking me all these damn questions?
It pissed me off, and you're living in my house.
Your house?
Nick, I'm letting you know I don't like assholes.
I'm being myself. If I
What the hell does that mean?
If I don't
What
want
did
to
you
answer
ever
a
make
damn question, I'm not going to answer a question, all right?
I feel like I've shown Nick a lot of respect in this project, but he brushes me off, gives me major attitude. I don't like that.
We're not seeing it all. We're not seeing it all.
But
and so I want to give all the minors here the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, Nick is being a jerk. And Rose is being annoying.
That's the thing. I'm always gonna, I think, default to like, hey, it's two to tango. If you want to have a conversation with someone, he's under no obligation to do that. If you're pushing towards it, I'm typically going to be the side on the person pulling away, because it's not like they're talking about like an organ transplant. He's like, I don't want to do it right now. He's trying to engage with him about something that he's clearly sick of.
Yeah,
that is not. You don't owe anyone engagement for that,
right?
But there's just that escalation in between, why are you always being so rude? And then hard edit cut to, I'll kill you, I'll shoot you today. Like, what happened?
I don't know what happened. But then also, now that I think about all of their interactions, the producers clearly want them to have a relationship.
Yeah.
And most of the times that they're together, it's Rose asking Nick questions that he wants to get out of as quickly as possible. What grade are you in? None? Yeah,
Not.
he's like, are you in school? What's that? Never heard of it.
Not interested. Sorry. Yeah, whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Yes, no, maybe so.
Renee and I are so tired of spending time with the Wurgles. We want to go out and have some fun in our white makeup for the last time.
Hi.
Hello.
Brian and I.
Do you think they were told to walk like that?
Dude, brother, what is going on? Why did they dress them like cartoon parents? I was like, no one has actually at any point in time dressed like that.
I think Brian, am I wrong remembering that he played basketball?
In the
he looks like he's built like a basketball player.
Yeah, he's huge. I mean, he's got the wingspan. It's the height of his wife.
Yeah. I don't want to just say like the black guy played basketball, but he is bald.
Yeah, I think that's a wig.
Brian Sparks. Well, we'll look it up later, and if we can't find that he played basketball, then we cut that.
Can we quick question? Who's at the top of the list for most convincing makeup? Who's at the bottom? I have my think.
Most convincing. Of either race?
Yeah.
I would probably say Carmen and Rose.
I think... I mean, Bruno is so funny, and I'm never gonna. I just can't unsee Bruno either way.
Bruno just has an extreme tan.
I think Carmen's is so. I mean, she's just doing such a performance, you know.
Yeah.
Rose, I think maybe it feels crazy to say it. Maybe the most visually convincing, but I think it's also because she's a kid and like the features are less distinct in general.
Yeah, yeah.
What's her name again? Renee. Nice try. If I met her, I would be like, "Are you in white? What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like they innovated blackface technology and then they just ran with the show concept and didn't think for a second if they'd be able to pull off the whiteface.
Wait a minute. They literally might as well put her in like a morph suit. Oh, it's Slender
put her
Man.
in like one of those like giant like full masks that takes like 6 hours to apply.
Yeah, like put on Gandalf's beard. It was like,
man.
I guess it's a white lady.
Went to dinner at a restaurant called Dish just to see what it would like to be a white couple at a nice restaurant.
I heard the food is just really awesome here. Young lady.
Dude, Brian's in character.
Yeah,
he's in character. I heard the food's really awesome here.
Golly.
Oh man, just love being white.
And then like doing this.
Yeah, he's like, did that track? Oh, remember when they went to the neighborhood and then they're like, everyone in the neighborhood's really nice here, not like those urban areas.
Am I right, brother man? Hello, soul brother.
Ah, one of the good ones.
Lady was in there by herself. I heard the food is just really awesome here. A young lady was in there by herself. And I looked over and I noticed that she got up and went to the bathroom, but she left her wallet on the counter and went to the bathroom and came back. You know, I'm like, that's some white shit. And then finally I said, okay, I gotta go up and ask him. You know, when I saw you go to the restroom and leave your wallet right there, it kind of struck me as odd. I was like very curious as to why you would do that.
It's a matter of faith in human nature.
Okay. I mean, it worked out well for you. You know, I was kind of like make sure, you know, myself, since I had the insecurity about it. But that's great. So,
dude, I relate to him going, that's great.
Wow, that's great.
That's great.
I gotta go. Oh, sorry. What was you? Yeah, no, solid.
That is.
Uber is. No.
I'm glad they highlighted this because I can't even a little bit understand why she left her wallet at a restaurant.
Beyond me, like unless like. Maybe she's there to see her husband working behind the bar or something, and there's a watchful eye on it for a second.
You know, at a cafe, somebody's like, hey, can you watch my stuff for me? And I'm like, I'll tell you if someone steals it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to put my risk life and limb.
Would you be willing to do anything it takes to protect my MacBook?
Right. Like, it's like the draft just happened. You're drafted as one of my soldiers of theft prevention.
Hey, would you be willing to get into the trenches for me?
When I am at a cafe in LA, it sucks because like you may have a nice spot or whatever. I'll like try to leave my food there, maybe, or like a plate or something if I like have to dash to the restroom, but I'm taking my whole backpack and everything with it. Maybe I'll leave an empty backpack. Sometimes I'll leave like if I've taken everything out of my backpack and I know that there's like nothing in there and I just brought it as like a computer bag, then like that's maybe a thing to say, oh, someone's over here.
I'm going to take the backpack with me because all my makeup is in there and I'm going to the bathroom.
Right, you've got to apply it and you
transfer.
And then someone comes in with you who's the Hollywood Emmy award-winning makeup artist.
It's a really big bathroom.
It's a trailer actually.
I come out and I'm like, may I have a white mocha, please? Remember?
But I don't want to paint with a broad brush here. But to have lived a life where you can afford to have that quote unquote faith in humanity, to leave your wallet,
Congrats.
It's like a magic trick.
It's pretty. Also, that's like a very charitable way to rebrand carelessness. Being kind of flaky.
Faith in my fellow man.
I drive drunk a lot, but I think it's because I trust the other people on the road. I trust them. And help me in my time of need.
I trust the wheel.
And I need a nap.
I just wanted to point out that we are at 7 minutes in. Oh. So it's going to be a marathon.
Oh, now let me ask you this question. Security about it, but that's great. So now let me ask you this question.
I just love that's great.
Okay.
That's great.
Insecurity about it, but that's great. So now let me ask you this question. Knowing now that I noticed that you left your wallet on the bar when you went to the restroom, when you go to the restroom again, will you leave it again? Wow, that's pretty good.
Not everywhere.
I was shocked.
Not everywhere. Tell me about the places you won't leave it.
The toilet. Probably.
Tell me about the places you won't leave your wallet and describe them in detail.
Probably with a black man in disguise.
He goes, watch this. And then immediately frame one, the wallet like goes into her pocket.
Yeah, she like Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah, she like puts her hand up and then just like zips like a magnet into her wallet.
Stop.
It like starts shaking on the table.
Help me.
I was shocked. Wow, that's pretty good.
Not everywhere.
I was shocked.
It's like a worm. It's so close.
They did him no favors. Show the man's torso.
Does it look, because of the shirt, doesn't it look like he's putting his head through the couch?
This is like,
hello.
It's like, was Ice Cube on set, man? Like, he was an EP. Like, who were the producers here that were like, let's shoot this
melanated,
beautiful man next to wood grain and fucking tan. Basically, just wash out the entire frame with tanness. Have nothing with his collar in, so he doesn't pop out from the frame at all, and it just looks like It's like washed into the background.
I've never seen whatever the opposite of headroom is.
Well, yeah, what's the problem with what's above him? Just like a framed photo of Bruno saying the N-word?
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just zoom out.
If we were sitting at that bar black, that wallet would have gone over to that.
Yeah, she would have took it with her.
My life has really become so much consumed by the poetry people, hanging out with them, white and black.
I think you guys are doing the poem.
This is a thing that has happened before, but the fact that she's done the reveal that she's a white person and then still shows up to the group in blackface feels strange and weird.
Why is she doing it? What's the point? It doesn't. You know what it does? It weirdly trivializes race down to it. It's almost extra racist, like it is some kind of like it's bleeding into your skin and giving you powers or something. It's like we're in the Venom symbiote.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I have to wear it to be hip and hip hop.
Right.
You know?
It's like when in that version of Spider-Man where he had to build the web shooters. Like it's all a part of the suit.
How the hell am I going to fight crime without these?
Also, that you're going to do at the lounge
with them, white and black.
I think you guys are doing the poem. Also, that you're going to do at the lounge.
My poetry class and I are going to be performing at this place called The Lounge.
It's weird how they show a normal framing, shoulders up, with headroom at the top for Rose.
What was going on down here for the dad? What?
Yeah, like they literally was he wearing a shirt that they couldn't get clearance from a brand, so they're just like zoom in as much as possible. Like
he's wearing.
Let's show on screen what it would look like if they did the Brian treatment to Rose.
She's like a Twitch emote.
Like if that was the frame, right?
If that was the frame and she's saying something about like racial prejudice. It's actually got the energy of someone like a little too close telling you about it.
Yeah.
You know what I see?
Most people write fanfics about it. Yeah. Gotta be careful.
So, who wants to be the first poet?
See, pop, pop, pop goes the popcorn as I watch movies, popcorns, and your popsicle toes because they were beautiful to me.
I am intimidated. I am truly intimidated.
Did she like swallow the mic? I'm intimidated.
Popsicle toes because they were beautiful to me.
I am intimidated. I am truly intimidated.
I played movie reels in your toenails, funny glistening though slightly and dreamed.
I came prepared with a poem that I had written nights before, and as it got closer and closer, I was tempted to revise and edit this poem.
My mind is bent and I don't know where the time went, but I know time was spent, filled with resentment. My anger grows towards my own flesh and blood. Your father is the one who started this flood of tears, of pain that has swallowed us up.
I feel scared because I'm not prepared yet. And I don't want to fail myself and I don't want to fail others.
Okay, Rose, you're doing the poem.
I'm a little... It's... Okay. What else does Rose have to do while the show is being filmed? I feel like work on the poem is like priority at least number 2.
Oh, you do? I mean, there are the 15 hours of makeup on and off, I guess. Well,
now, if it's me... I can't work on the poem because I'm too busy grinding in Magic Arena.
I'm putting the hours in.
I got to put the hours in.
Fellas.
So maybe she took up a hobby like that. That's off screen.
That makes so much more sense because that's for chads and cool people.
Exactly.
Poem that you think is a match that you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do you want me to read? No, I can.
No, I don't want you to make up any of it.
No, I've got. It's the week.
And you gotta memorize it by Tuesday.
You got it. That's fine. I am one of many wanderers searching for meaning in the story of the past. There was slavery.
That's what she found out?
Look at the face of this woman. The second she goes, there was slavery.
Phew.
Everyone just stone-faced. Continue. Explain.
Okay, that sounds
Follow
really
it up.
Bad.
This is about to not rhyme, too.
Yeah, it was slavery. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
But I'm wavering on whether or not I believe it.
Whether or not there should be. Actually, honestly, that would be... I don't want to say a redemption, but almost like a character arc of her resolving because of the issues she's been having with Nick. She just lands on like, I am racist. Yeah. Come to think of it.
Yeah, that would be the funniest possible conclusion of the show is that they go, you know what? I'm racist and proud.
Yeah, it's cool. I like prejudice.
Prejudice, I forgot.
I'm going to be prejudiced.
There was slavery. There was the Garden of Humanity, which we did labor for the fruit, which I call fire. And so many movements congested by morality.
Comments?
I felt like what you just performed was a topic someone gave you. It wasn't you. I think that you need to write from not a topic someone gives you, but write from your heart. I'm not used to this. Like, I still am, like, in the sense, I'm 17. You guys are 2 years older than me at the youngest. I'm like a little bit I'm a lot of it intimidated. Yeah. I don't know how to talk.
That's the big difference. It's the 2 years of being in blackface. If she gets 2 years of doing this, maybe
it's like
it was slavery, by the way.
Right, and the Garden of Humanity. When she was saying "we," I was like, "Let's back up,
slow down now."
Yeah, which "we" are we referring to?
Because both answers are bad.
Yeah.
About what's going on.
I really want to incorporate my experience from this project into my poem, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to end up doing that.
Throw it away. Because
someone said, "Throw it away." That's awesome. Hold on.
But I don't exactly know how.
And you know they showed us the highlights. Yeah,
was that a 4-line poem? I'm sorry. I never noticed that the credits just say black, 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 black. I've noticed that before.
I'm gonna get you. It's like they're reminding me.
It's Bruno going to the comedy club.
It doesn't say white anywhere. Why is it doing that? It even says black, 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 but it's reversed.
Oh, the opposite of black.
They didn't even show white. There's nowhere does it say white.
Is it a like an anime cut where it's the like one?
This does look like it could be in Death Note.
Yeah, well, he's racist.
Do not read the Death Note.
Rap music.
That was like a horror movie.
What the hell? That was like a Hereditary exterior shot.
Yeah, why'd they do that?
I guess people think I'm a gangster because, you know, how the way I wear my clothes and just how my appearance comes out, my jewelry and everything.
And see, that's why we get up to you about like the way you dress and mimic all the stuff you see in rap videos and stuff like that. And
you know what's funny? That's not a thing I've thought about a single time. Because in 2006, I was wearing a tall tee.
Yeah,
I was wearing an Echo Unlimited shirt. I wasn't thinking about the thug life. I wasn't thinking about being a gangster.
It's weird. You know, these scenes, though, they're not so much, you know, the real heaters come from Big B. He's the one that, which we've not had yet. Rose also has some, you know, bangers.
We haven't seen Bruno at all.
There is.
Except for, of course, when he said prejudice.
Yeah. Hush up, boy.
He did say that. Now, hold on there, boy.
Wow, there. You're being awful.
I would assume you guys had understood the prejudice that's going on here.
Now, if I were to prejudice against you, you'd be mighty haughty about it, don't you say? My client.
My client here is not perjured himself. He's prejudiced himself.
He appears to have prejudiced himself.
He has prejudiced his prejudice.
But there's like these little within. What's that last name? This other family?
The Wurgles and the Sparks.
The Sparks is cool.
It's their name.
Versus Wurgle is just
Wurgle's fake.
Nearly as cool.
Wurgle's not really their last name.
Wurgle sounds,
at least is to my knowledge.
Wurgle sounds like a mistranslation of like a disease. Oh no, I've got a fatal case of Wurgle. Something in the 1800s. But there's like these little sequences between the members of the Sparks family are honestly like would probably be worthy of a real documentary.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like they here and there the parents have displayed a little bit of model minority stuff. You know, they've been like,
for
hey,
sure,
you can't display that way, and that's partially a generational thing. And
but that's interesting,
wrong.
And that's like a cross-generational thing.
Cool.
And there's like nuance to that. And I don't think we gain a lot from like Rose like wanting to perform her Black trauma poem, being a white person, and then being like, I don't know what poem to do.
I've got to rewrite my poem.
Yeah.
And then there's this family that's gradually being torn apart by like a cultural divide.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and then Bruno's like, be quiet now, boy. Don't you be talking while I'm saying something.
Now pipe down over there, boy.
Pipe down.
I mean, he'll say it. We are not even gonna, we're if he says it, we're gonna have to bleep it.
If
it's true.
How much?
There's got to be a Bruno cut. I'm sure the editors are like, all right, but what if the whole episode was Bruno?
He's warming up. He goes 44 minutes.
Yeah, it's just Bruno deep. Bruno inhaling before saying the N-word for 60 minutes.
And then
But
that,
yeah,
the
2006.
clip of like a guy's hair being blown back in front of a speaker.
Hang on. So I wanted to look up what gangster rap albums they could possibly be referring to in 2006.
Yeah.
Albumoftheyear.org is not what I would expect as a gangster rap authority, because also a lot of this is not stuff I would think of as gangster rap. Like Clips, T.I. I mean, I guess
the way that Nick talks about it, or at least the way that his parents kind of present
like
it,
G-Unit stuff. And I
yeah,
mean,
they're
like,
talking
there
about
is,
like Bling era. That seems like way more like what they're pushing for, which is not gone at this point, but it's just not like what he's wearing. And this is kind of what I mean when I feel like it's like a little bit performative on their part. Like it's like the race swap version of like, oh my God, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, you're inviting Satan into your home.
Exactly.
Like oh, you're listening to gangster rap? Me, myself, I would never listen to... Oh, what?
11 minutes. Okay, we're making our way downtown. Because there's got to be some Bruno action.
There's got to be some heat.
You know, these kids, it's the real videos. Up to you about like the way you dress.
The thing is, my point is, I was listening to the same music in 2006. Relax.
It
dude.
really, literally, he's not doing it. All he does is spend too much money on jewelry sometimes, and then you make him give it back.
Yeah. And that happened one time in the show. But there's like, at least if you're gonna have this arc, like, please illustrate what you're referring to.
He got kicked out of school, if I remember correctly, for having a friend's knife in his bag.
Yeah, like he was asked to hold it or something, right?
And then he specified that they were like Asian for some reason.
He did say that.
All right.
Dress. Mimic all
everything.
And see, that's why I be getting up to you about like the way you dress. Mimic all the stuff you see in rap videos and stuff like that. And you know, these kids, it's the real world. You looking at what's on TV.
I'm really concerned about Nicholas. I think he may be headed down the wrong path.
I can't say whether I am or am not a gangster. It's personal.
I think it's I get there, even if it's not like a literal like what if he ends up in a gang, more so just like a, you know, white people are going to be prejudiced even more so towards just like they're making certain assumptions about him because the way he dresses. I do get that kind of like you want some protection and preemptive protection for your kid going out in the real world, having like a proper understanding of this, understanding that people are going to treat you differently and even more differently because of that. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like it's better to communicate. I'm not a parent or whatever, but I feel like it's better to communicate that kind of thing literally, like literally saying, hey, if you dress like that, white people are going to be even weirder with you. And if that's something you're comfortable with, go ahead. But like framing it in the, it's kind of like the hey, if you jack off, God will see you, or whatever. It's like that.
I get like they're alluding to some stuff like maybe he's just trying to be cute by being like, I don't want to say it's too personal, because he just wants to have credibility with his friends and doesn't want to like lie. But at the same time, it's like it could be possible that he's like, you know, getting involved with some stuff, and that's what his parents are having conversations with him about. It is just funny that juxtaposing it with Rose, like they're not having the same like. Carmen like blew up at Rose. Remember that?
Yeah, what was that about?
It was
not saying the N-word enough. You got to get your hours in.
I don't know with the Nick stuff, but
I think Nicholas thinks from what he sees on TV, the gangster thing's glamorous. So I found an ex-gang member named Kenny who's willing to talk to Nicholas.
There's nothing to be ashamed of that you suffer from street poison.
Him, though, it really isn't street. You know, it's not like we live in a bad neighborhood or he doesn't have a mother or father. All he has to do is go to school, and he chooses to piss that off.
An alcoholic can come from a great home,
right,
but he still loves to drink and is taking advantage of him and has gotten to a point where it's uncontrollable. Same thing with street poison. You could be addicted to it because of this attractive lifestyle.
This is how he got kicked out of school, because one of his so-called friends asked him to hold a knife.
What did I just tell you? That's what we do, man. This disease is a killer, homie. The bottom line, if you don't understand it, you could get caught up in it.
Whoa, he's for real. You need to, like, step up to the plate is basically what he was saying.
That's my homeboy's house. He lives there now. That's his mama's house. I lived in that one right there. The upstairs place burned out. Somebody was up there smoking crack. Last year, 15 people died in this neighborhood. How old are you?
16.
When you're 16, you didn't graduate high school, is what you're saying? You got a problem with authority figures, homie?
Oh, no.
Okay. I've got no problem. Well, I've got no problem with like his parents trying to like find him someone to talk to that can help, you know, give him color that's not from their own like household authority. But I don't know why we've like pivoted into like a scared straight episode for like this for Nick. It just feels like it communicates this like. It feels like it is more of a stereotype thing than.
And if what you're trying, the issue with scared straight stuff is it's always like the statement like, "Hey, crime doesn't pay." Well, sometimes it does, doesn't it? Actually, quite often it does a lot.
Yeah.
Or like if
especially
you're like,
white collar stuff.
Don't do drugs; it will kill you. I'm like, right. But people do drugs because they rock. Like it's not like for just to feel bad.
Right.
That's how people fall into it, and to only ever present this stuff
because
like,
chemically it can become a rewarding addiction. It's not like, you're not saying drugs rock and you should do them.
They're better.
And rewarding, I mean in like the reward centers of your brain and like hijacking your brain's reward centers, and not like rewarding as in a fulfilling.
The education should be like any kind of gambling, where like. No, it is. There are parts of this you will like. It's the consequences outweigh the benefits.
Right.
And instead, whenever I feel like anybody is educated about this stuff, still, it's always framed as, nope, it's only bad.
Yeah.
Sex will kill you and you'll get pregnant.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else that happens. If there's no reason you would want to do it. And it's just like...
Why are all these people being tempted by the devil?
Stop lying to these kids because they're not stupid.
They're not stupid, yeah.
And they're also not like what he should be. I will say, this is just genuinely interesting TV now. Like this,
it is
like
just genuinely interesting TV.
It's odd
to the point where it's like this might get cut from the gold, you know, because it's like I'm just watching and I'm interested. But I think that it's like we were saying, a show about the Sparks family is, I think, interesting in and of itself. Because of these like storylines that they're going on that don't feel forced and made up by the producers, and it's just like about parenting and about like sort of intergenerational trauma and the things that you're taught or that you're brought up with, and then the generation changes, and then you're trying to educate your kids about it, and you know, blah blah blah.
And that race isn't the only factor.
And the race as a factor too, and all of that, and as a big factor.
It's not like Nick's getting an education right now as a kind of proving the fact that there's not some sort of epigenetic memory of all experiences that are related to race. Like you could, frankly, this doesn't, you know, put Rose in this car, or like, you know, an educational experience for everyone that's like real. It feels like
if Rose was talking to this guy, it would be the funniest thing in the world.
Is that cracked cocaine? They were smoking cracked cocaine?
I've got to write about this in my poem.
I was doing crack yesterday.
So,
it's just
but the thing is, in the context of black-white, it is a one-sided juxtaposition between like the way that they're treating the Sparks as like a family that needs to be reformed.
Yeah. Something's missing.
Versus like the Wurgles, who like Bruno is just saying the N-word as much as he fucking wants and not learning a single damn thing.
This is the
have him talk to an old racist white guy. Have a drive through the old South.
Go through a Civil War reenactment or something.
Yeah.
Like really put him. Yeah.
Have him not go to a comedy show and try to learn, but he's so fucking hard headed.
Dude, this is kind of the trick of like racism discourse, is that it is not a conversation about the severity of racial experience or suffering or how much it exists now, or literally what like Nick says would have to deal with day to day. Conversations like this, shows like this, fucking tweet threads about this kind of thing are just an argument of, hey, racism exists, and hey, no, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's not, here's what the white experience is and here's what the black experience is. It's, here's what the black experience is, and no, that's not what the black experience is.
Because that's like where Bruno is like, he's not been in this episode yet, but except for when he's been the loudest person in the room and the most denying of any sort of systemic racism or any sort of racist institutions that exist in this country.
Hey, shut up. I'm talking about, hey, be quiet.
Be quiet. I'm talking about, which is so funny that he just says a word that isn't real after that. He's like, shut up, I'm talking about prejudice.
This moron.
This is why I'm smart and you're dumb.
Like with authority figures.
Oh no, I don't like getting told what to do. So
that means that you have a problem with authority. You like the police?
No.
Why don't you like the police, man?
So nobody like the police.
That's a lie. Normal people love the police. You're at the beginning stage.
All right, I'm off this guy's side.
I'm
like, maybe this guy's been scared a little too straight.
This guy's a line. This guy's a two-dimensional straight line right now.
This is a GTA NPC.
Yeah. All he has to do is follow the damn train.
No. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah, but it needs to get a whole lot better. The police. You're at the beginning stage of it. It needs to get a whole lot better, a whole lot worse.
I do think that it's 2006 and discourse has moved a lot in the intervening 20 years about, power structures and authority, and especially like the carceral system and the, police industrial complex.
But it's the exact same argument between like, hey, I don't like the police, and the response being, yes, you do.
Yeah. Normal people love the police is a wild statement that has like got so many things I want to say about it.
Normal people do.
Normal people.
Wurgles.
But that's to say, it's like not everyone that appears in these shows has to be a perfect, like this is not a, there's a word I'm missing. This is actually why, this is exactly why painting with like a broad brush about the black experience is bad. Yeah. Because like there are people with such a wide variety, as with anything, obviously, a wide variety of experience, that like this guy has gone through some stuff and he's come to this conclusion, and maybe 20 years in the future don't agree with the conclusion that he's drawn, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have valid or interesting things to say. In contrast, Bruno doesn't seem to have an open mind.
Regarding prejudice,
criminals carry knives. Never allow anybody for the rest of your life to give you something that's criminal. To put something on you that's criminal. As you can see, you did it once, it took away from you something that you needed. Right? You can incorporate this thing in your lifestyle, man, no matter where you at or how you grew up. But the outcome is all the same. Jails, institutions, and death.
We went to a place where there was projects, a lot of homes had bars on the windows. Hopefully the meeting with Kenny helped Nicholas to realize.
Why do they frame the sparks like this?
What is going on?
Why do they frame the sparks like this? I don't get it. they're like, your skin tone, I think you should be next to dark wood.
I think we should find something exactly the same tint.
And also, you seem to be wearing clothes. Allow those to not be in the frame as not to contrast you with the wood.
Why? They're getting closer. This is even less head.
Zooming in. I cannot stress enough how much this is not edited by us.
Some things.
Be good, man. All right. God bless.
This is cool.
You got to think of something for your portrait class.
I'm
They
tired.
told her. She said Chaz told her she need to
Throw it away.
throw it away.
Let me hear your poem.
I don't want to talk about it.
Rose, I think you got it in you. You just gonna have to knuckle down and you got it in you.
Poetry isn't about
You
knuckling
going to go deeper.
down. It's
You're going to go deeper.
Poetry is about what? Poetry isn't about nothing. What did you say?
Knuckling
talk about it.
Rose, I think you got it in you. You just gonna have to knuckle down and you got it in you.
Poetry isn't about
You're
knuckling
going to go deeper.
down. It's
You're going to go deeper. You're going to go deeper, shawty.
Well, why don't you just use the whole experience of the whole project?
This group of people, I don't think I've seen interact a single time.
Very
and it's
strange.
the cutest interaction, I think.
It is very. This is a real Batman meets Spider-Man moment.
Yeah,
Because you guys exist in the same. All right, okay.
Because it's just like, so, Monday morning, I woke up, I went to makeup. Well, exactly, and like what the main point of the project for me has been that it's been really hard for me to be around my poetry people in black makeup because I don't feel like I fit in when I'm black.
She's got it. She's done that a few times. She's got to stop phrasing it like that.
When I'm
black. It's like it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. When I'm in my alternate form.
When I'm Hulk.
Yeah, when I'm hulking out. I don't feel comfortable with my poetry team.
I just can't write what I want to when I'm being urban.
I keep going, and I'm just like, that's what's so hard is like whether or not I'm black or white, they know something is off, and I can't fit in when I'm black, and I can't fit in when I'm white, and I'm just like,
well, I think that it's tough because she's a teenager, and a lot of that is about fitting in, and that must be very like difficult for her.
But also, it's okay that you don't.
Yeah.
Because you don't. It doesn't matter.
And acknowledging that you don't fit in and still being a gracious guest in a space that you don't fit into is like kind of what you have to learn from that.
Yeah, what is it exactly that she's feeling victimized by right now? Like, she's not fitting into her space.
Not
right?
fitting in, I think, is her biggest hurdle.
But it's like
her biggest Wurgle.
You can't say that.
Did you do today's Wurgle?
Yeah, it was the N-word again.
Yeah, it was every single day.
I gotta stop doing that, I feel like.
It's like you look at all your days and it's just like a full, all green. One day you tried something else and failed.
Yeah, you only get one chance.
I can't fit in at all.
There you go. Everything you just said, but just put it into words and put it into your point. Here you go.
I just, as long as you say that that's okay and that you don't need to fit in, and that's the fucking point of the show. You don't need to fit in, but you just need to be empathetic and listen.
Because that, again, it's this argument of, well, does racism exist, yes or no?
Yeah.
That's not the conversation they should be having. Because if it does, that doesn't mean you can't learn anything. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I should fit in. Like, okay, well, hypothesis complete, you can't.
Right.
So
There's
now,
no way.
How do you respect and acknowledge? Maybe you can integrate yourself, but you don't have to camouflage yourself.
It is tough because, she's a teenager. And I think that Nick experiences this too, probably to some extent, because, or at least when I was that age, like, if you're telling me not to wear, like, the one thing that, like, I just can't get on board with is being like, you can't wear these clothes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you're telling me, a 16-year-old boy, that I shouldn't fit in with the group that I'm around?
Yes, yeah.
That is social, nonsense. It's impossible.
It's a real lack of empathy and like a willingness to ignore probably what your life was 20 years prior. Like you know what you're saying is bullshit.
no way.
There you go.
Jacob, do we still have did I get the last
Renee's kind of like a girlfriend in ways. She just gave me the best idea for my poem for the lounge. I want to end up speaking about my experience, and yet I don't want to tell everybody that I'm white for real.
Now I'm no longer white Rose, I'm black Rose.
Wait.
No, he's talking about superheroes. Wait a minute. They know, though.
I think maybe you're talking about like the audience because they're performing.
Oh, is that why she has to still be in makeup? That's crazy.
Rose, petal of the rose. There you go.
Okay, I see.
There you go.
So that's what you want me to do?
Yeah.
Look at him, yeah, I feel it.
I know like this is gonna do for work. Why is every time they're in the house, Rose is drenched. She is soaked.
I think it's probably because like something probably showering with their production schedules.
But just no one else is ever fresh out the shower.
Well, you'd never be able to tell with Brian.
That's true. He's like, he's nude.
That's why they're so close, because he's just out of the shower.
He's wearing a towel.
Not wearing any clothes.
Say everybody like me, but I wouldn't say everybody like me, but most of the time I get people to like me. Just sometimes it's just I do things and people don't appreciate it, whatever. But it don't bother me. I ain't feeling close to nobody in this house.
Do you mind me asking you a question?
No, not at all. Ask away.
This is another combo that we haven't seen. So they were like, what are the combinations of people that have never interacted throughout this entire show?
Yeah, it feels like a reshoot. Like,
you ever had a really close... Do you mind me asking you a question?
No, not at all. Ask away.
You ever had a really close friend?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Did you ever feel really close to anybody? Maybe your dad or your mom?
No.
No? So you've never had the experience of really feeling close or bonded with somebody?
Right.
I feel sad when I hear that. I wonder if there's just a human need for connection.
He's like a fairy godmother.
Dude, she's floating around
the
him.
framing where she's just floating.
No one else can see her.
Yeah, literally.
This is his conscience.
yeah, literally. He's staring at a wall.
It's his fucking JoJo stand.
He's got to be on a computer, right? Yeah, he is. I see a speaker, but like the way they frame this, it's just like he's staring out the window.
He's leaning over a well.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's just a human to people or connection. And to wonder if there's... I feel sad when I hear that. I wonder if there's just a human need for connection and to be close to people.
Maybe it is, but
it's not happening right now with you.
It's not happening. Not happening. I'm not doing it right now.
You're not what?
I'm not getting close to nobody right now. Keep my distance from everybody.
I think Nick has a good heart. I think he's got some hurt or anger or confusion.
Why? Why does it have to be hurt or anger, and why can't it just be, hey, he's not a social guy?
Or like loneliness.
Yeah, lonely.
Like, the thing they're ignoring, they keep talking about the fact that he's not in school, like just as almost like a symptom, like, oh, he's going gang. Like, look out, he's got the first symptoms. But like the fact that he's not in school also just means he's like not socializing.
Yeah.
That by itself is like, that's, hey man.
During a critical period for like his development.
I can't think of it, regardless of your background, I can't think of something that would make like it easier to fall into the first crowd, whatever that crowd happens to be. Like that's the genesis of all 4chan like racists is someone being, it's almost like prison where you're like, well, it's better to be in the Aryan Brotherhood than nothing, I guess, you know. And like it's just in fact, shout out to Carmen. There's a pretty good question. She's doing her like
I think the one
moral
question
of the story wrap up though.
The only question I wish she asked is that something that you want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I keep my distance from everyone and like, okay.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I feel like humans should have connection. And I'm like, well, what about what he feels? Yeah.
That makes me sad to hear that. Oh, okay, Carmen. Good to check in.
Okay,
Thanks.
good. Yeah, I was wondering about how sad. And I guess she was just trying to I know I also had a response to her saying that, but I guess that she's just trying to communicate the like how that feels from the outside.
Most people do struggle with like
empathy.
Yeah, well, like allowing someone to vent without input. It's a tricky thing because also you want to like, no matter what, if you see someone suffering, the part of your brain, partially for your own benefit, that's where like platitudes come from. Like, yeah, it'll get better, because it feels bad to see someone suffer and feels bad to not do anything. It feels powerless. But like, it's very funny if someone just be like, yeah, no, I've been feeling extremely lonely, and ever since you know, I lost my entire extended family in that giant car crash, and a plane hit them and a meteor exploded and the entire city was destroyed. I've been feeling like kind of low and distancing myself from people, you know.
Oh, understandable. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That makes me feel sad.
Okay. Me too. I feel sad. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ask me what's wrong.
What's up?
I heard your backstory.
Oh, you're annoying me.
Oh, you've gone through so much.
At me. You've been through so much at me.
To me, yeah.
That's been, I think he's got some hurt or anger or confusion that's been layered over that goodness. And he's defended.
I just want to call out another instance of, okay, so they've done her no favors by putting her against the wood, but they have zoomed out once again.
To give context.
Like, how do they do this? Why are the Wurgles zoomed out?
It's the strangest thing.
Yeah.
They've also stopped doing I vaguely remember Rose having little confessionals that she records herself. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Those are gone.
Yeah, they look, their production timeline was tight.
That he's basically mean and bad. I just can't buy it. Well, thanks for talking.
Yeah.
I also don't buy that. It's like, oh, people are saying he's 2.5 feet tall, but I just don't buy it.
The thing that I don't understand is, like, is he being homeschooled right now? No, allegedly. And then they're not trying to put him in another school?
I guess he can just refuse.
Is it the summer in between school things?
Well, I mean, I guess he's on set.
Right, because I'm like, he's not like an adult yet, so it's weird that his parents are like, our hands are tied, he can't go to school.
Stop wearing that.
But I guess I just don't understand the situation because they've been so like vague about it.
And if he's having like this resistance and brute forcing it isn't working, maybe having a conversation even slightly like this one he's having right now might be productive. And I don't think it's because Carmen's some kind of altruist and his parents are selfish or something. I think it's literally just like, I think maybe from like a parenting position, all you're trying to do is mitigate harm. You're just going like, don't wear that because you'll get in a gang and you'll die.
Right.
Whereas Carmen's instead going like, I think there's an elegance to humanity and these beautiful black creatures.
But I forgot about her saying that.
Oh, hell yeah.
I do believe, at least from what I've seen on the show, that Brian and Nick are having, I do believe that Brian and Nick are having these conversations in private because, you know, like parent I feel like not everyone can be on screen, and I can only judge what we've seen, but
and before and after,
yeah,
they're on set too.
Exactly.
It's not fun.
It's weird.
No problem. You're welcome.
Quiet. Well, thanks for talking.
No problem. You're welcome. Glad to talk to you. So I'm glad to talk to you.
Yeah, me too. Find you fascinating.
Okay, I'll just take. Why did we say anything? Why did we even see already? Kind of. All right. Like Jane Goodall leaving the jungle. Like, it was nice to get to know you.
Why'd she have to say that? She was on the brink of having her best showing yet.
She almost her
best series of her best series of moments on the show, followed by, I find you fascinating.
He soul brother, tapping his chair.
She did respect his personal space here. Like, you could tell she wanted to touch him.
She's fighting
every urge to touch him.
Stroke his hair.
Look at that finger, dude. She's like getting so close, and then she puts her fist down on the table. And she's like, resist.
No.
There it is. He's dapping up the air.
No.
Me when somebody leaves me hanging.
All right. Got to she's so Michael Scott in this moment as well.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I got it back up.
So I'm glad to talk to you.
Yeah, me too. Find you fascinating.
So does everybody else.
It's weird that it doesn't say the name of the show.
Why not black, white, black, white, black, white?
Why not black, white? It's just like a set. It's just a fucking kinetic typography.
And then it comes back in, and I assume that's when it would say white after the
You know what's weird? They committed this entire time to every establishing shot being black and white and then turning color.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the, less like race, isn't it?
I guess. We do all start off black and white and then we become colorful beings. I don't care if you're purple, green,
or blue.
As one of the last things that we've done together as a group, we decided to write a letter to each other and share what we learned from one another and what we had gained from this experience.
Letters.
Bruno showed up looking like Doug's sister from the show Doug. Dude, remember that? Anybody want?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bruno, I'm just going to give that again. Bruno showing up looking like Doug's sister Judy.
This is that one when she's got her arm over her head. That's him every time he's sat on the couch and they're talking.
Yeah, dude,
he's always going like,
this right here, dude. Bruno's like
trying not to touch Nick.
And Bruno shows up. It's time for my close-up.
It's crazy that he found a way. He dressed and is presenting himself in a way that is weirder than the blackface he does every day.
He is like the evolved form of the kid, the etiquette kid who's saying the N-word.
Yeah, this is Blastoise.
Yeah, he's the Charizard of. What was the cane? What did he say with the canes? He's like...
he's always spitting on scared.
He's like, something nigga.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Gained from this experience.
Letters.
We decided to write a letter to each other and share what we learned from one another and what we had gained from this experience.
Letters to each other, sort of making us really think about what we've experienced through this project.
Would you describe these as watermelon pants?
Yeah, he's dressed racistly.
Like a watermelon. And I hate to say it. I really do. But
it can't be up by accident.
No other way to describe this outfit than the rind of a watermelon, the fruit of a watermelon, and on the top of his head, the seed of a watermelon. Jacob, is that a accurate read, would you say?
Jacob, as someone wearing the exact same outfit right now, what do you think of his fit?
I think he has insane traits.
Yeah. This actually, on a different person in the year 2024, I would probably give them a compliment.
Absolutely sick.
Sort of making us really think. Letters to each other, sort of making us really think about what we've experienced through
I'm sorry, I just remembered Bruno's rap song.
Yeah.
I'm a midlife rapper, and I rap from A to Z.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait. It isn't it like...
Put that on the list of things to show to Jacob after this.
I don't call them hoes.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was a Tom McDonald video.
Oh, and now the trifecta of... You see that little space above Bruno's head?
They're doing it all.
They're giving him headroom.
Oh.
And you see the collar around his neck? He's wearing clothes.
Interesting. So how did they do this? He's got
That's
a body
so
under
weird.
there,
It's
or?
the technology that they have for the Wurgles. That's crazy. He's not just a neck.
What's that like? Yeah,
They're like, well, we don't want him to look like a worm. He's bald.
He'll look weird.
to each other, sort of making us really think about what we've experienced through this project.
Oh, tell them about what we learned.
Why her lover in the wall?
Why is every time we see what's her name again?
Rose.
Every time we see Rose, it looks like a scene out Okay, I'm gonna. Sorry. Every time we see Rose, it looks like a scene out of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, why did she like that?
Yeah.
She's writing a curse.
Yeah.
Tell them about what we learned and what we experienced and some other stuff.
We're gonna read something to one another about our overall experiments.
And it's only about
for the past 5 weeks.
I assume
dude, she's referencing the list of black vernacular.
Biscuit.
She's like, you were like a biscuit to me on my belt. Yo, bitch.
Whoa, what the hell?
Every morning, I would say in the kitchen.
Dude, I just gotta say this about this whole sequence. You don't have to tell me what a letter is. I'm familiar with words.
Okay. Well, name all of them.
Black, black, black.
Yeah, he's that says calligraphy on the thing.
A giant N, beautifully illustrated.
Our overall experiments for the past 5 weeks.
I assume that they may be a bit shocked, you know.
When did you change outfits?
He's like, this is going to take 2 sessions.
It's in the dark. What happened?
Bruno said, I think they're going to be a bit shocked.
Bruno, I got to tell you, mate, they aren't.
I think that Bruno became such a villain of like racism doesn't exist, that if they showed him at any point before now, he would be spoiling the surprise that he doesn't believe in color.
Yeah, if they heard you played them a music video you made, Bruno.
Yeah.
The past 5 weeks.
I assume that they may be a bit shocked, you know. I guess maybe I've offended, you know, a lot of people by my views on things throughout this project, but I gotta be me.
Why does he write like a serial killer?
Did he sing? I've gotta be me.
That's right. Fat.
I couldn't come up with how I wanted to start it off. Dear household or...
Writing the letter was actually tough. You do have to... People's feelings at stake.
Oh, hold on. Character development.
Wait, the cameraman got sleepy. It looks like it's on his lap.
They put like a huge spotlight on him right next to him, dude. He's like you could fucking create a sundial off of his head.
Is his neck grown?
But at least at the very least, they're showing him wearing a collar and clothes. Now they have still cut off the top of his head.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to hear what you have to say or hear the truth of people's feelings at stake. Writing the letter was actually tough. You do have to... People's feelings at stake. And a lot of people don't want to hear what you have to say or hear the truth about themselves.
From Brian, I have learned that the trials we overcome can both make us stronger and leave us wounded. There is, I feel, a wall of strength around Brian that is supported by scar tissue and pain. From Renee, I've learned how the misinterpretation of another's actions or true intentions can so easily sour the overall perceptions of that other person's character, even by someone so sweet and simple. From Renee, I wish a greater capacity for understanding.
Oh my God.
My Lord, brother.
He's like his burn book, dude. Like, wait, why? What is? Come on, bro. Like, he had time. He had 2 outfit changes to consider this.
Well, that's why, he was in.
And he's just like defending Carmen. And I get it. Like, I'm not even fully on Renee's side with this, but
what you learned was like sometimes people don't get along.
Yeah, what you learned is that Renee jumps to conclusions, and she should like take a chill pill.
But it's these
not be so angry and reactive.
Aren't these supposed to be like global lessons? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, here's what I learned from this experiment, as opposed to just like, yeah, I did this. It turns out Jarvis is pussy.
Yeah, he's like, and I learned Renee is like kind of a baby.
Yeah, she's like annoying to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what are we doing?
Yeah. Everyone else is like, race in Webster's dictionary is defined as a length of foot traffic that is traveled. Oh, sorry, different definition.
Race, the final frontier.
Oh, I see.
From Renee, I wish a greater capacity for understanding on a deeper level, a reality freed from rigidity, narrow-mindedness, and petty self-righteousness.
Who, me? Someone's got a secret.
Oh my God.
Dude, he looks like he's sneaking with Scooby-Doo. He's on his tiptoes.
Yeah.
I really don't feel that I have learned anything from anyone in the house, but I have learned things about them. Like Bruno, no matter what color he is, he's only going to see things his way. I think that Carmen is way too sensitive right now. I think she's not being...
Dude, they're beefing, dude. This is Kendrick. This is pre-Kendrick and Drake.
I thought that there was like... I mean, here's the thing. Carmen's is going to be... She's going to be anti-Renee, but Carmen's is going to be like Rose's poetry.
Right. It's going to be like about the beautiful creatures and the beautiful children and about how they've walked this journey together and really learned a lot from it. But I love that everyone else is a full-ass diss track.
I know. This is a text you accidentally send to the person you're talking about.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to send this.
Oh, shit.
I do... Brian probably didn't learn anything, which is like valid. I probably wouldn't have learned anything from him either.
Solid lesson that Bruno is like, it's a difficult person.
Regardless of what color he is, he's going to see things his way. And I'm like, hey.
But...
being able to forgive her. I think that Carmen is way too sensitive right now. I think she's not being able to forgive herself for past mistakes in life. Rose is a very sweet young lady, but sometimes her emotions clouds her judgment, making things a little hazy for her. Nick has a lot to learn about life. We'll just leave that one there with him.
There is only one.
Oh, he's there.
I mean, Rose is... Rose is the one where I'm like, okay. Like, I get if you've got a beef with the adults, but it's like, of course she's clouded with her judge. She's a teenager.
This little kid is a little emotional.
Yeah, kind of clouded with your judgment. My kid learning to walk. That doesn't exist, by the way. I don't have a child.
My kid is lazy. He's always sleeping. He's 3 months old.
He's freaking on his hands and knees, brother. Get up.
I'm going to work.
Yeah, he did.
One person in the home
about life.
I find this little kid very fascinating.
My toddler, then somebody just going. That is her little outro on that conversation is legitimately funnier than if it was a joke. Like she's doing it perfectly.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Here he is. And then Bruno going.
One of the things I learned first about the racism is that, especially from the etiquette class, that a lot of people do actually see color. Rose, for you.
All right, Bruno needs to put his fucking dogs away.
Jesus, they're going to market right now.
This is... Those are hands, brother.
Dude, those need to go wee all the way home.
Those can solve a Rubik's Cube, dude. The dexterity alone.
He's holding the letter with them.
Yeah, he wrote the letter with them.
Also, Nick didn't write a letter. Did you notice?
Yeah, Nick was spitting from the top to the dome with a popular poem,
which is like honestly much more appropriate for a TV show.
Yeah,
like why would they give them a format? Like getting them to write it down is like the least emotional way for them to do it for a show that's about people confrontation.
I just wanted to make sure I could get all my bars out about how Renee's weak.
I wanted to write the biggest N I could figure out.
I do love that everyone's standing by. I ain't learned shit from this show.
I don't even pretend.
They didn't even try. Like they're like, hey, just write your heart, and it's like my heart is that Bruno sucks.
He's busted.
Y'all
dude.
don't see race.
Classes are stupid.
Renee's a baby. Carmen ain't shit.
Rose is
trash. Misguided.
Yeah. Rose is dumb, dude.
She's like, I learned a few things, but she could learn a few things if you know what I'm saying. And Nick was there too.
You know those like at the end of a Jubilee video or something, it'll just be like the video will be like picking my favorite vegetables, and then they'll be like, I think what I learned though is that like prejudice really holds us. Somehow they'll get to
how did we get there? It's like I just didn't realize the sort of wide array of opinions and backgrounds we could all come from in relation to asparagus.
Yeah, but I was able to learn that through a video called like Who Likes Supernatural Season 5 the Most? In this one they literally were doing blackface for a month,
and then they didn't learn any. I just loved it. Like if I'm doing this documentary, I don't know if I'm including this.
Yeah, they got this out.
Actually, the experiment was bad and I didn't learn anything. It's almost like it was a bad idea from the start.
Love's not blind, I guess.
Sorry, I can't focus on anything but Bruno's toes.
No, they're taking up so much of the frame, it feels like.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a character all its own.
It feels like an eclipse.
I just wanted to point out that this is the halfway mark of the episode, and they are now burning every last bridge.
And doesn't this feel like it's the end of the second act? Everyone's at their lowest
this is
point.
Avengers Endgame when half of the population dies.
And they're like, should we, all work together maybe? Like it's
Infinity War, is that when
Infinity War everyone
happens?
dies, and then this was like the first half of Endgame where everyone's just like everything's overgrown. It's
like how do our heroes navigate this one?
Like, boy, are we gonna start doing a little
they
bit
do a
of
montage at the end where it's like a flash forward, and Nick is like a professor at Stanford.
Bruno's a gravestone. Oh fuck!
That just has a quote, and it's just the
it's a blurry quote.
I hope for you best for your poetry in college. Good luck with that. And for everybody else, I just hope after this, wherever y'all get out of it, y'all can use from this project and just move on with your life and do better things with it.
That is what you're supposed to say. That's what they were all
and he
supposed
did it
to
just
say.
straight off the top.
And then they all wrote it down, and they're like, your shoes are ugly, you're gay, I'll kill you.
I kill you and I hate you. Hate every part of you. Your poetry's bad and so are you.
Like, what is this?
Articulate I've ever heard.
And do better things with it.
I can honestly say tonight is the most articulate I've ever heard Nick, because so much of this has been him.
What? Okay, this is going to be tough for people who are not like black, but like the words that are used to describe, the adjectives used to describe black people when complimenting and when criticizing are like so specific. It's like a word cloud where like you could just imagine like articulate,
and not just open or like I don't know. That's just the most words he said because he doesn't like you.
And it's also, I get on the flip side that of course that's the word you're going to use because he was the most articulate, even though he didn't write his speech. But it's just so, I notice my own biases where I get a little bit triggered. I'm like, oh, the black guy is articulate. What a surprise.
I do think let's say that Carmen says something that's just especially like grounded and empathetic, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like the descriptor for that would be Carmen being very self-aware. Carmen was being very considerate. And I feel like if Renee did it, the statement would be, Renee was really calm. Renee was able to like stay calm and not too aggressive.
She didn't do the angry black woman thing that she's always doing.
Tear a wig off and attack me.
Yeah, she didn't undo her earrings and pull out my weave.
It's not like... Nick is the least aggressive person in the house. He is actually pretty articulate. Like the way he described himself when asked questions by Carmen, he was like, yeah, this is how I feel. He's just not like...
I wouldn't say this is the most articulate I've seen Nick, actually.
It's just being it's the longest he's
talkative.
spoken.
Yeah.
It's the first chance he's had to say something that wasn't a response to like, why are you wearing a t-shirt too big?
It's like, because I like it. Next question.
I don't know.
Really not articulate I've ever heard Nick, because so much of this has been him really not engaged. I appreciated it. I think it's definitely shown a sense of wanting to conclude this with some shred of maturity here.
Okay, there we go. So, again, he's a teenager, so sure, some shred of maturity. Also, you're both teenagers. I don't know if you're going to be the best judge of maturity, but hey, teenagers judging teenagers, whatever. But
I mean, it speaks volumes, I think, that like Nick really has not really had like that many transgressions against Rose, aside from just like being withdrawn. But I think it says a lot that like Rose is being like, she's really getting stung by the feeling of not being approved of by another person her age, which is kind of the whole thing about being a teenager. Like, I'm not being accepted into the space with the poetry, and this teenager's not on board with me and the stuff I say. This is 9/11. Like, this is just, and it's, look, not everyone's going to not just not like you, but I don't know, not care that much.
Right. And also, Nick's worst transgression that we saw was like raising his voice at, kind of yelling at Rose. And like, that's not something that we're going to defend, even if there is probably more context, because we literally saw it go from 0 to 100. Maybe there wasn't context, but their relationship is strange because I feel like it feels like we're missing links, but who knows?
I was able to only write a little bit, so I just spoke from my heart.
She's charging up.
I have definitely learned that there is a distinction called black.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
So we have Jacob here behind the camera. Jacob is our producer for Sad Boys. If you haven't checked out the podcast, and we just filmed this on the Sad Boys set because it's the easiest way to film with two people not being cramped at my desk. Jacob, as a resident white person,
as the professional on the team,
what do you feel when Carmen says that she's learned that there's a distinction known as black?
Would you agree?
She's very stupid.
Quite articulate, actually.
Honestly, she's not being too aggressive even.
Right. It's a degree of maturity I've not yet seen from her.
Now, she's wearing a hoodie, which makes me concerned that she might be falling in with the wrong crowd.
Right, I do worry about that. It's some of the gangster rap she's been listening to.
On writing.
Why couldn't she write a lot? I wasn't able to write very much.
Okay.
What are these people doing?
You had
I guess
12 hours.
I guess like you were on this for how many weeks, and you like it's like when I in high school when I like turned in my homework at the last minute and I was like writing it like as I'm on the way to class.
Okay, you're handing it, the ink's wet still.
Definitely learned that there is a distinction called black. And I'm appreciating the distinction and will continue to inquire into what it is.
Hope this email finds you well. Sorry, it sounds like she's inquiring about a package from Etsy going missing or something.
About what it is. Like it's the Tesseract. Or like some sort of mythical object she's found.
I'm investigating currently the origins of Cthulhu, seeking if the eldritch gods above have come here to
continue to inquire about what it is.
What it do?
Renee is all of us. Renee has served a number of reactions that Brian's checked out. Brian's
HP is like he's done.
Renee's already Carmen's biggest op, and she's like not doing her any favors.
That's what makes the whole like conflict between them thing frustrating. Is that Carmen sucks and says insane shit, and they should be calling her on that, and instead they are locked in this conversation about what was a stupid exercise. Frankly, the like reading slang exercise, if not for the conflict it created, probably wouldn't have even made the edit.
Right.
It was really dumb.
It was so stupid. And thank God they included a shot of the page so that we could look at those dumbass words that they fucking put on.
And I'm appreciating the distinction and will continue to inquire into what it is.
I'll reach out to some of my homies.
Carmen is like the Steph Curry of liberal white ladies. Where it's just like the time is ticking down, dude. Like the game is almost over, and she is still chucking up threes from half court, and they just fucking hit every time.
Oh my god, damn! It's so dense. I wasn't able to write much. Here's 1,000. Here's 1,000 hits. Dude,
oh my god.
She is like. This is what you read.
They voted twice for Obama. Maybe 4 times.
Thank you so much, by the way. She has everything she says is the stuff that you would hum while stirring a cauldron to make a white woman. Like it is
and I'm still inquiring about what it is. Eye of Newt, Snoop Dogg, greatest hits,
biscuit.
She holds it like this. Drops the pistol in.
The bitch.
And a sprinkling of crack rock. Crack.
I've also learned that there is a vast spectrum on the rainbow of black.
I think Carmen wrote her letter out and she decided not to read it because of, the things that she heard from everyone else.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Is she doing a closing ceremony at like a conference or something?
That was the fastest, like most curt ending. Like there had to be more.
It's like, dude, and she's flicking. There's pages and pages, and she's like, just scrubbling that up.
It is like
they should let it go first.
An attempt at poetry, but the symbolism it's so funny to like undercut yourself with the symbolism to be like, there's a vast spectrum on the rainbow of black.
Right.
Well.
I mean,
literally, there's not.
Yeah, if we're doing colors.
If the metaphor was colors, then I think we should go with something else.
I don't even know. Is it a mixed metaphor? It's kind of
it is a mixed metaphor. It's like she's just trying to say that there's like not a monolithic black experience.
You might say that the spectrum is kind of a single thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I would give her the benefit of the doubt if she didn't previously just say that she's still trying to understand what the concept of black is.
And it's an Elon tweet looking into this.
Yeah, it is.
I'll
interesting, period.
She did that whole thing like when Trump found out that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. This is news to me. Incredible woman. And I'll see you.
Incredible people, both sides.
And it's like playing Elton John in the background and just leaves.
Yeah.
Anyway, see you.
Anyway, bye.
I know this process led me through innumerable trials as it has all of us in different ways. I think that Bruno still has a lot to learn, but he is no different than the rest of us in that way. Renee and Brian have had the most impact on me in this house, mainly because of our differences and sharing of them. Thank you so much to all of you for these last weeks together. I don't think we'll ever really be done. But hey, at least we can say we have begun a lifelong journey. They were not.
All right. I mean,
she's right.
This is what they were supposed to write.
Yeah, like
this is like
she
the
got
point.
the closest,
and then like the producers are just like, "Oh fuck, wait, hang on."
Like,
okay, well, hopefully Carmen says something.
Never be done. Like, okay, bravo.
At least comments will be funny, and then she's just like, hi, just checking in. Wanted to ping you real quick. By end of day, I'm going to look into racism, and best wishes. Catch you on Monday.
I wanted to hear how Rose referred to Carmen, but she didn't include anything about Carmen in there because she did include something about Bruno and then mentioned him by name because Bruno is not her dad, famously.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Bruno needs to, Bruno, what is it? She has plenty of problems to fix. But we all do.
We all do.
Like, okay, but you named him for a reason.
She was trying to do the compliment sandwich thing.
Yeah.
Open-faced compliment sandwich.
It's the most articulate I've ever seen.
Not all nice things. There were not all nice things said, but it was real. We're just telling the truth. I think we're definitely on our way to making a conclusion. I really kind of love everybody here, so good night, everyone.
Alrighty, good night.
Did she say I really kind of love everyone here?
I really kind of love everyone here. All right.
So good night. Okay.
She has slightly drunk and Thanksgiving energy. She's like, hey, this is just great. Thank you.
Everything's great.
I love everyone.
Everyone here, I love it. We should start a band.
Hey, brother man. I'm playing.
Hey.
As I was writing the letter that I read tonight, I wanted to write something that really spoke what I felt.
I didn't expect anything better because he hasn't shown me anything out of the whole 5 weeks, so I expect that out of him.
By Bruno's poem tonight shows you that he feels that Carmen was not wrong. He think everything that she did to that point was justifiable.
Nobody learned anything from me.
What was that? Okay.
Even when they have a close-up on Bruno, he still has headroom. He still's wearing a shirt.
I know. Dude, what is going on with Bruno in this episode? Sums up. They've he's really de-emphasized. It took them 6 episodes to suddenly go this guy's got to say the N-word on camera.
I feel like they realized that they went too hard with Bruno at the beginning, and they were like, our Emmy's at stake. If we don't tell Bruno to chill out.
This does feel like a very it's like a tragedy. We're reaching the end of the story, and it's just like
they've not slain the dragon.
Oh, everyone died.
It's like a Game of Thrones.
It's a red wedding.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess that's the end of Rob then.
Oh, unfortunately, I guess Bruno never learns anything.
And well, at least maybe we'll get a little fun in the letter, and his letter is like, fucking fuck this. It's just
blah, 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 blah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah. Nobody learned anything from me.
What was that? Okay. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. Nobody learned anything from me is crazy.
Bruno, what, if I remember, was it him specifically that said, I believe underneath, some people are racist. Oh no, Brian hit him with that.
Yeah,
I think deep down, underneath, all of.
Oh yeah, Brian said deep down, I think Bruno's racist.
Underneath Bruno's seemingly very progressive and non-prejudiced presentation, I think there's a smidge of prejudicism.
Yeah, Bruno is like, no one wanted to learn from me. I'm right. They're wrong.
They're being black about it.
Yeah.
That seems like crap to me.
Yeah.
That's kind of a... Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
That seems like crap to me.
Yeah.
That's kind of a slap in the face on both of us.
When we all get into therapy.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Oh, so she's talking about when everybody said they didn't learn anything from them.
Yeah.
And so she's saying that's a slap in the face.
I thought she was going, hey, that sounds like crap. Are you crazy to say that? No one ever learned anything from you? Like pointing at Bruno. And said she was like, hey, good point.
Yeah, like literally, I thought she was about to challenge him. And instead she was like, when I said that black is interesting and I'm looking into it, they didn't learn a single thing.
That particular kind of white lady saying crap, that feels like the most intense word said in the entire show. Hey, I think that was, I'll say it, crap. And that's actually what I call rap.
Yeah, more like crap is the thing. Except for yours, Bruno. I love it.
Yeah, that rocked.
That said a lot about you, as far as I'm concerned.
What was I supposed to have learned? What? That I should close up and if I feel a certain way, don't say anything?
Me and you have been out a few times. Carmen and I have never done anything together for me to learn anything from. I learned more about than from.
Again, I think that says a lot about you.
And, well,
that says a lot about you.
Me and Carmen never done anything together. I didn't really learn anything from her. Okay, pal, your opinion.
Well, it's interesting because they could truly just say the horrible things that Bruno has done, but instead they didn't take the high road, but they could have just been like, Bruno, you're a raging narcissist racist.
You are a bad guy.
Yeah, you were among the worst people I've ever seen or known.
It's on footage, and you made a music video that was, you do so much racist stuff that you used multimedia.
Yeah, you burned that shit to a CDR disc, a DVD-RW, in fact.
You publish your racism. You are at brand new levels. And said that, I think you are rude.
Yeah, remember Bruno in the song when you alluded to how all black people stab women?
And they hate them? Do you recall that? And he's like, well, yes, but I don't think you listened to me when I said
and how you
that
adamantly defended being able to use the N-word. And then about how you complained about the black comedian that they didn't use the N-word enough, I think is the thing you said.
They didn't talk enough about white people.
Oh, they didn't talk enough about... Why didn't they center white people in the black comedy?
Fair.
I think when you came out with...
Again, I think that says a lot about you.
And, well, I think when you came out with your little 5-page, hit to defend Carmen, it said a lot about you. I knew what you were doing. You were trying to put sugar on shit yesterday, but I understood what you were doing.
You didn't understand.
You tried to start out with a compliment, and you tried to slip it in down to a very degrading letter.
What was I saying?
Your whole thing was that you are so stuck on the way that you felt that Carmen was treated. I don't mind that Carmen was wrong, but you guys won't admit that she was wrong.
Wrong about what?
Still, that the bitch comment was wrong, the calling out was wrong.
The conversation started because you and Bruno were having a disagreement about something, but you ended up on Carmen. Why?
Is Renee there?
Great question. Also... But you ended up on Carmen. I think she's genuinely asking because she doesn't know about the yo bitch.
And also, I almost feel like she's been asked to prompt them into, because what did they do? Remember, I noticed you guys talking about yourselves, but do you want to comment about, all the stuff people have been saying and doing for the last month?
Because the biggest thing on Bruno's letter was in defense of Carmen's treatment. I already know that me and Bruno is never going to agree on much of anything. Because to me, I don't think in this whole project, Bruno has even tried when he's put on black makeup. And I really don't think when he's out with me in white makeup, I don't really think he gave a damn
It feels to me like, and I said this to you earlier, that you've just kind of given up. You've just decided, you know what, Bruno and I just aren't going to agree on anything.
Which is healthy, because can you imagine the amount of fucking effort it's going to take to try to unseat Bruno's like fucking calcified views?
Dude, it is absolutely suicidal to try and facts and logic your way through someone who has no incentive to question his views.
Yeah.
It only hurts him to acknowledge what the reality. As soon as he does that, only negative things happen for him. He will get nothing out of that. It is do you think they're gonna be friends afterwards? It sounds like you've given up. Yeah, the show's over.
The show's over. I'm not contractually obligated to talk to this horrible man anymore.
It sounds
just because he hasn't been on screen this episode doesn't mean we forgot what he did.
He is the protagonist and the villain.
Let's
somehow
not spin this into Brian being wrong for not wanting to be Bruno's best friend.
It seems like you don't even want to hang out with the KKK members just because you don't agree with them.
Right.
Bruno and I just aren't going to agree on anything. We've agreed to disagree. We're just two different people and da-da-da-da-da. But yet I also hear you saying that it bothered you when Bruno wasn't willing to open up to some of the experiences that could have been great learning experiences. Which one's real?
I'm upset at the therapist because what they just said was, I'm hearing that you were exhausted to the point of giving up with Bruno. And before you were exhausted, you seem to have been upset that Bruno wasn't willing to hear your side. So which is it? Well, it's fucking both. It's been a month. It's been a month. We were trying, and then I gave up because I found out that this guy's a racist weirdo.
Okay, so was it you hated it when I shot you or when I stabbed you? You've got to choose.
Yeah.
Which one's illegal?
Because at first we were having tea. And then you shot me.
Right. Okay. So we're getting. He said. You know, we're getting lost in words. But the tea. I said. Remember? I gave you $5 and I shot you. Took the $5 back.
I'm sure the therapist is fine.
Dude. But
it's a very silly question.
It's a Brian issue, dude.
Yeah.
Also, again, I don't know if it's the instructions of the producers for some reason or they're just cutting it out the edit. But when she said, like, it seems like you were really bothered when Bruno said, and I'm like, well, are we just not going to mention it at all?
Yeah, do we have can production play the reel of everything that Bruno has said?
He's argued with him about the validity of the N-word before. How is Brian not going?
He's argued with the black people and with his wife about his use of the N-word.
Boy eats the world racistly. Yeah. Boy against world.
As much as learning experiences, which one's real? As much as I would love to just give up on Bruno on the project, I can't.
This is a moment in your life that will kind of lead to bigger things. And what you get out of it might not happen today. It might not happen tomorrow. It might happen 10 years along the way. That just because it doesn't feel like somebody changed while they were here, it might happen later.
I do believe it's 20 years and everybody still got nothing out of it. And Bruno hasn't changed.
Exactly in the same place, only benefits from doing it. And also, thank goodness he's wearing socks in this scene.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's the only progress he's made.
Yeah, he tried to foot shake with the therapist and they were like, you've got to bag those puppies up.
They're too perfect. See ya.
Prejudice impelled. She walked away. Oh, finally the therapist despawned.
Racism destroyed.
So, while we all are sitting here, how do we make it better?
Well, racism.
It's like, and then Brian's not a perfect character in all this, but it's ridiculous to me that like that entire line of questioning was like, we'll give Bruno the benefit of the doubt. And then Brian's still like trying to do the work of, building a bridge.
And it's like, I have issues, plural. It's like, well, pick one and fix it today. Without me, the therapist. And she left. They keep using, keep using B-roll of what is clearly them listening to one of the others say something. Constantly in this show, I did not realize it till this episode, there are so many isolated shots of people going like this with no other dialogue. Like that's what they do when they just sit.
Yeah, they just have an idle animation.
Spinning a game.
Right. If you go too long, then they like tap their foot and look at their watch like Sonic the Hedgehog.
We gotta go.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta say the N-word. Blah, 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 blah.
Do you notice that? Now that they've had the last therapy session, they live in an all-color world.
I wake up each morning a little confused, a little alone, and a little myself.
Today is the day of my final poetry performance. After talking to Renee and Brian, it's definitely clear in my mind that I have two options. One to be personal and one to be general.
I think of him, I dream of him, and when I get the chance, I even want of him.
So I'm kind of like battling myself.
Remember?
Oh
when the first poem was like really weirdly sexual.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
That was so strange.
I mean, this is kind of, when you think about it though, like this is like the number one thing you want. I mean, even as like an adult, it does begin to fade. At least in my experience, but there's always the desire to like almost brand yourself, like have an identity, know who you are ASAP. I want to not just be an adult, I want to be grown up. Like I want to have a history and experiences and a defining personality, blah, blah, blah. And when you're a kid, it's cosplay. It's dress for the job you want. Like I'm wearing the fedora and then I'll become a gentleman, or I'm dressing goth and then I'll be mysterious and dark, not starting from a place of what you are and then presenting it however you want, because you don't have life experience. There's nothing to go off.
Yeah.
All of her poetry so far feels like that, where it's like a school assignment. Write a poem in the style of Shakespeare. You're like, oh, okay, I can try that.
Hark.
Write something blackly. Just like, what up?
Self right now, trying to figure out which one's gonna fit. Rising around.
That's bigger than her.
Battling my.
That's a forced perspective.
Yeah, looks like she's sitting on.
She must have a great vision, because I do not have my laptop that far away from me. Yeah. It's on her kneecaps.
Yeah, oh, dude,
it's a knee top.
That's because that one has so much radiation if it gets any closer to her face.
Myself right now, trying to figure out which one's gonna fit.
Rising around me as the curtains have been drawn, and I can't pretend in the dark of the night any longer.
Oh.
Whoa, she's racist again. Back. This is like in the movie Halloween Town, where they took the spirit of like all of the inhabitants of Halloween Town and everything was in grayscale.
Oh, they did.
I think Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge. Shout out. There it is.
Bruno and I wanted to go to Rose's black poetry performance in black because we were her parents.
Oh. Those are the rules.
Just like the way that they talk about their makeup is never going down easy. And also it is very funny. I don't think I've heard of a single time call it black poetry. We wanted to go to Rose's black poetry performance in black.
Well,
in black. We've got to do it in black. Black what? You're so close.
No, yeah, black body
in black
style.
Black style. Black
we wanted
skin.
to go
to go in black skin.
Urbanly. You know, that kind of thing. Also, every single time she's like about to describe her racial experience, it is like she's charging up for something really bad.
It's very funny because it's almost like they know that it's bad, but if they just avoid the word blackface
in makeup,
in black, it's like a hard cut in the audio.
We're going to Rose's show
in black.
Go to Rose's black poetry performance in black because we were her parents and her parents would obviously be black.
Oh, dude. Getting invited to a gala and it's black
More
formal
like
and you misunderstand. Oops.
When you
Oh God, he looks so funny.
Yeah.
There's something about the like the prime lens or whatever they're using inside the car that warps his face in the funniest way. It looks like he's melting.
I like that the logic is like, well, Black Rose's parents would be black. And so it's like, God forbid your daughter have a tan. You guys show up in like a really deep plum red.
Or like, well, we can't. Nobody would adopt a black child. Are you
that's
crazy?
impossible. Yeah, it's great. No one's ever heard of that in this economy.
Wait.
Oh, we look like we belong together more now? As black people? No.
I said we look more alike.
I hope you're not...
How are you
That
doing
conversation is insane.
How is everyone wrong?
Everyone had an unforced error.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like...
He was like, you ever think about how black people look the same? I don't think we'd be better if we were black. Didn't ask.
That's crazy. Dude, and then they get defensive about whether or not anyone learned anything from them. They're like, of course you learned. We were in black. And we all look alike.
We're being like you. Excuse me, Bruno. She's gesturing.
You think we'd be better as a black couple? I don't think so. Because I don't think black people are good.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying all black people look the same. Oh, I understand, babe.
No, they're criminals. Yeah.
Anyway, I have some thoughts on the N-word.
We'd be black. We look more alike black than we do white.
Oh, we look like we belong together more now? As black people? No.
I said we look more alike.
I hope you're not saying that all black.
That's just not even... That's like he was just having that thought and then she said something. He's like, yeah, anyway, I was just thinking.
Is she insane?
She rules.
What? Like, what? We look... Do you hear yourself? We look more like... They just sprayed your skin.
We look more like alike.
You have almost all of the same features except for you've got a crazy wig on.
Except you're in like this bizarre Halloween costume that you're like yeah, we look
more alike. Black is crazy. Well, yeah, they only had one color paint.
Yeah, that's true.
People look alike.
Both look racist.
That shit ain't gonna fly. All black people look alike.
Oh wait, hold on. Progressive Bruno moment. Wait.
Oh, we look like we belong together more now? As black people? No.
I said we look more alike.
I hope you're not saying that all black people look alike. That shit ain't gonna fly.
Bruno, don't piss me off.
No, but that's what you said.
Is he joking though? Because he does believe it. Like, well, I hope you're not saying that because you'll get cancelled these days. Can't say anything.
They just show somebody running a red light. Got him. The Greenway Court Theater. Why does it look like they put up that sign just now?
When they got into their circle, I was like, wow, I was blown away.
And I looked that genie square in the eye and I wished that we, you and me, were back together again in that honeymoon phase.
I came prepared.
Pause for 1 sec. It's just for some reason occurring to me now. I don't know why I didn't think about this. Rose, you're allowed to just not be good at poetry. Like it's not like about being integrated or not, or like some people are just worse at stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're being kind of left out because the poetry you're writing is very good. Like it's not like it must not be good. It's like a sports movie where it's like, no, we got to find what your motivation is and then you can do it. Like, no, I'm slow. Like I'm not as good at running. Like that's why. No, you just got to find your inspiration. And then you'll be good at this thing most people are bad at.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I realized I wasn't going to do it. I had to get up on stage and tell the truth. So I sat there and tried to think about maybe what the truth is.
Is she again about to change her poem on the... Has this girl ever prepared a poem that she's performed?
I mean, but the truth... Do you literally mean the truth? Because the truth is telling everyone in the audience that you are in blackface.
Which is awesome. Yeah. Do it.
Do that. Yeah. Oh my God.
I do, just because I don't see color. I have to point out, they're, for the first time that I've noticed, cutting off Rose's forehead.
Let's do it, guys. Progress has been made.
Progress. I'm honestly, in episode 6, we found it.
So I wake up each morning a little confused and a little alone and a little different. I realize that every day is a new day and that inside of me, I can wake up and feel right and know that I'll get past this 10 minutes of something that feels listless and wrong.
Okay. I'm like, I'm like kind of just like listening intently to see where this is going, because it's like, again, it's poetry, but I don't know what she's getting at yet, like how she's gonna drive this home.
What could the dunk be? Because this is, I mean, we're in the wrap up. This kind of seems like it's the event, right? This is the big dance.
This is the end of Rose's story.
We've got to save the rec center with this one dance or something.
Right. This will be the one.
Whether or not I'm confused, whether or not I'm alone. And I'll thank God, because I know that Rose is my home.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Amateur theater, I mean, they're going to be pretty nice. Like,
yeah.
Were they going to boo? The stakes are, hey, people are like blown away by your poem, or they just thought it was kind of mid.
Yeah, I was concerned because I thought she was going to reveal some sort of bombshell, as she was like alluding to. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, okay. I guess it's a little anticlimactic from a dramatic viewing, like a viewing experience from the show. I'm sure in the moment it was cool.
Imagine she gets out some makeup wipes.
Do they have a spotlight on Brian? Why is it so easy to see him?
He's in white makeup. It's glowing.
It was incredible. I was very impressed. She pulled it off. I'm very proud of Rose.
Okay.
All right, they're giving him a little bit more room.
Yeah.
Maybe that indicates racism.
Yeah.
Is it because it's too reflective?
The most comical amount of headroom, like literally a feather, like a fucking. That is so funny.
Yeah, he looks like he's hanging off the top like a keychain.
Yeah, the arc of his head lies tangent to the line.
It looks like it's holding it up.
I was blown away. I mean, she was beautiful, she was strong, she was poignant, she was articulate.
She just got out there. Does she think she's actually black?
Yeah, she would have used that word.
She was beautiful, articulate, and honestly,
yeah, can we get an articulate cut of black white? Like, how many times have they used that goddamn word?
Oh, see, that's the face.
There we go. Oh, they're cutting off Bruno now. This is the shape of things to come, I think.
He's losing.
This is DEI.
Dude, don't even get me started.
Equal outcomes.
Didn't miss a beat, not a quiver in her voice.
Watching the Poetry Kids perform and my interactions with them lets me know that the younger generation has a great chance at making things better in the future.
Really got to stretch it out. Really got to make 40 minutes. Just more
going on so long.
Imagine it's the garbage truck tipping it in, and then the garbage truck driving, and then the garbage truck driving.
It's slipping out of the garbage truck, and then them trying to like line it up to like pick it up again.
A photo.
Right.
Nature photography
involved with the garbage truck.
Some clips from John Wick. Yeah. It just goes.
It's nominated for a short Emmy. It's like that part with the garbage truck from Black White.
He argues with his wife, gets divorced. It's pretty sad.
Okay, but seriously, I really don't have a clue what to wear hiking.
I want to like Renee. I see.
It sounds like it's in response to her not knowing what to wear hiking, which is a real, like, moving to LA, a real thing. I wasn't like a big or moving to, I guess. Yeah, like, did I go on any hikes in San Francisco? I mean, except for every street corner I turned on.
You tell me about it.
No, but like LA, like a lot of people are hiking, and I definitely am like, oh, I don't know.
I don't have boots.
Yeah, I don't know what, and also it matters like the elevation we're working with. I need to go on all trails. I need to like figure out some details.
Is it gonna get colder later? It's because LA's weird, and also you got to wear something to fight a mountain lion in theory.
Right. But Carmen's, what did she say about her?
She's like, I want to like her.
I want to like her, but this lady does not know what to wear.
It's pissing me off.
It's making me mad.
Something comfortable. That's all I can say. I'm not the hiking kind of guy.
I bet not far. Given that you're parking right there.
Like, do we have a long way before we get to the trail? So this is it.
This is it. Your first official hike.
Doesn't it feel like the show is being like forced to accept that the blackface thing was a waste of time? Like now it's like whatever.
I guess we
go
should
on a
just like
walk.
have them hang out.
We're out of budget. They just
have conversations.
They could go to, I don't know, the park.
Yeah, the makeup people are on strike.
What about an episode where they drive around?
They just found out what we're doing. They thought this whole time that it was just a demonstration.
We thought it was parody.
We thought it was a joke.
Ultimately, Bruno and I don't see eye to eye on many things, but we do have a mutual respect for each other. And actually, I'm glad that their family was on this project with us.
What is going on?
They play basketball and now race relations are solved.
Oh, you're right. It turns out white guys can jump.
Right.
Huge
That was like
news.
the main issue that Bruno had.
Do you think it was supposed to be commentary at all that Brian missed his shot and Bruno hit his? Like, huh?
I also think that like they're playing this like game of maybe horse, maybe like 21 or something where they're not, no one's, it's not one-on-one. Like they're not playing, no one's playing defense.
They're not really playing basketball.
Yeah.
They're playing rhythm.
You had 2 fouls. You was that side up.
Don't get me wrong, I love him to death, but it's like
Leave it. Oh yeah,
Jacob.
but just your.
can I have my
I gotta, Jacob, you know the zeitgeist better than anyone. You got your finger on the pulse of culture. What's the girl version of basketball? Is it going outside?
Yeah.
Is it walking around, apparently?
Men play basketball, women go on hikes.
That's the rules.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Is that what it is? I don't know.
They go to Jupiter to go on a hike.
Get more stupider.
Whoa. Don't.
And then men go to the Black Poetry Night to get more poetry right.
And be under that big spotlight.
And be under a big spotlight. And you have to wear something bright.
And your skin has to be white.
Oh.
No.
A long time.
Yeah, so, for me, which is hard, is to like forgive. And I can say that I have forgave Carmen.
Part of growth, I think, is in being willing to just accept differences and just accept, we don't all have to love each other, but we can respect each other.
He's like a dog with a head out the window.
Why does this look like they just played a tennis match and Renee lost and Carmen's doing a photo shoot?
Carmen's taking a deep breath before the perfect serve.
It feels like up into the last commercial break, they had finished filming. The therapist wrapped up, and then they were like, "Oh dear, we do not have it.
What's the ending?
Can we shoot a new ending, like an alternate ending, Snyder Cut style,
But like a hike,
where the boys play ball and hash it all out, and the girls go on a fucking
I
hike?
don't know. Can we just send them away? For
What
a
are the
while?
kids gonna do?
They're filming.
They're gonna play Connect 4 or something, and then do one of those Not Like Us music videos where they're with Kendrick and they're putting their differences aside.
Oh yeah, they're going on the slide together. Like, what are kids like? The park. Go ahead.
And let each other be.
Common Animal Crossing ass haircut.
All have to love each other.
This is such a this era too. This is like the pre-Karen cut.
Yeah.
But we can respect each other and let each other be.
It's also the 80s heartthrob man haircut.
Yeah, that's true. Jacked guy who,
This is the cover of Teen Beat or no. What's the beat? Something Beat.
Oh,
Tiger Beat. Tiger Beat and Teen Vogue.
Yeah. Jackson Aurelius Thompson is cuter than ever on the cover of Electric Nights or whatever.
Mario Lopez on Saved by the Bell having this exact haircut.
Extra.
I think he has a lot of research to do on black culture, slavery, civil rights. So Renee and I got the idea to take Nicholas to the Museum of Tolerance.
Hey, you should take everyone. Take everyone to it. Take the whole gang. Take
the whole gang and also take him on episode 1. How is this how we have to end?
One for white and one for people of color.
No, I'm not gonna pray for you. You love these little niggas. I love who I please.
I really.
Wait a second. Is Bruno not here?
Nope.
What?
It's just the melanated ones.
Why do they need to go?
Yeah, you got to show Nick that there was racism. His argument isn't that there isn't racism now. It's that he's denying his experience of it because he's conditioned that way to be like, no, there is no racism. He's got blinkers on. It's not like, hey, Nick, did you not know about slavery? Is that why you you don't care?
My whole thing is like, how did we get to this point without bringing Bruno? Why is the black family there? I get it. They're bringing Nick, but come on, get Bruno involved.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I think it really hit home with him.
We had Bruno like not apologizing for using the N-word, and not once does he see any educational material about how the words like historically been used.
Yeah, the argument has been like, hey, don't say that, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Not why it hurts my feelings or why it's not hurting feelings. It's like something more sinister. And then Bruno's just there being like, big baby, you're being a big baby about it. Aren't you being a little aggressive just because I said one little word? And it's like, well, it really feels like they give Bruno too many softballs. This is like, it's like this villain is like
they do
deserving.
They just treat him with like kid gloves. It's so crazy. Also, this is Nick is running for president.
School president.
I see one future.
Dun, dun.
It's a future with no school.
Nicholas' eyes, and he looked a little watery.
It is not enough to pin the blame on others. Say this is a problem of one section of the country or another.
I could tell he started really.
Talking about the JFK assassination.
Yeah, I think the Zapruder film is what made me realize racism was
whenever
real.
you see John F. Kennedy, you just go crazy shot.
Shit, damn respect.
This is 1984, but it's called 1964.
Say this is a problem of one section of the country or another.
I could tell he started really thinking what this whole project is about.
Yeah, he was moved by Irish Catholics in power.
Because this is the generation that Nicholas belongs to. They have to write this history.
All right, buddy. Didn't ask you to fucking personalize the tour.
You and some of your homies, I'm sure, will be.
How is his generation going to fill this part of the timeline?
Wait, pause. He's older. Am I crazy? He looks way older.
He does look older.
And I mean, a kid that age, it could literally just be like 6 months and he looks
true.
I think this really kind of hit home with him.
I really think that he got it.
I think he got it. I really think he got it.
Okay.
Calm down. Don't smile too much when you're talking about.
I'm just back up a little bit. Do they hate this man's head? You know what I mean?
Crazy. I
get that he's a lot taller than Renee. I get it. I really do. You're allowed to back up or zoom out. There's no excuse for like, it's just we don't have the technology.
It can't be done.
We can't show the top of his head.
We couldn't do it. I mean,
now you understand our struggle.
It's been a few months. His head's longer.
Yeah.
What the you pull up in a damn limo? Tell they got money.
Oh, now you can wear the bling. How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, what's up?
I was like at church. I forget the name of the church. Yeah. It was like, I can get the thing going.
That's not anything he did bad. It's just cringe.
It's just
I just need a break.
He's just being himself, and that's the worst part.
I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out here and being a part of the show and helping us out or being allies and, just having a great time, man. I hope that y'all had a good time. I'm just glad to be a part of the show and meeting each and every one of y'all. To me, all of y'all is a good group of people. So again, I just like to thank each.
Now that we've learned a little bit more about like the loneliness struggles he was having, when he's the most open by far are the 2 times he has hung out with people his age.
Yeah.
Literally the 2 times. In his etiquette class on that like bus or whatever, they started like saying the N-word and being weird and he got awkward. But before that, he was like he was socializing.
Is the N-word kid one of these?
I think it's
because I want to say it's the one on the. Yeah, I don't know.
And both of them, I think, actually may have.
This shot is very funny too because it just looks like Kenny is like overseeing all these children.
Looks like Kenny's huge.
They photoshopped him in.
Every one of y'all for coming out here and being part of this project. Thank you.
Yay.
I want y'all to know that this whole project was hard for me. But you know what? I have come to know that people have different opinions. We're all not going to agree. We all have different cultures. We all come in different shades of color. And we all need to get along. And it really has changed me.
For the families, I thank y'all for getting an opportunity to meet y'all, especially.
They keep doing this. They keep saying this general shit. I'm like, what? Didn't you come in? Believe?
Yeah.
Isn't that the point?
For the Sparks, I feel like I've been incorporated. For the families, I thank y'all for getting the opportunity to meet y'all, and especially for the Sparks, I feel like I've been incorporated into y'all family, and I want to thank you for that. You went to Rose, you're an amazing person.
Wait a second. This was the guy from the poetry group. So that's really interesting. Because we only saw him like hang out with Rose. I think they hung out one-on-one at least once, right?
Yeah, and then
like I didn't even know he knew the Sparks. Yeah, so it's like you've incorporated me into your family. It's like
this is like a reference to a deleted scene.
Yeah, this is a whole deleted arc that we didn't know about.
I guess. I mean, it does feel like it would have been interesting to see, them spend time with kids their age, but I get no. Instead, let's send them to like white bowling or whatever they're doing instead.
Right.
I feel like I've been incorporated into your family.
What do white people do?
Hiking.
Well, black people go to the museum of horrible stuff.
Yeah, and white people go swimming.
Driving. They go to the driving range. Look out!
They go. You should have said Bruno to a Klan rally.
Thank y'all for getting an opportunity to meet.
Like, is this good? You like this?
And it really has.
Honestly, I would pay for a limited series to watch Bruno experience true racism, and then have to come to terms with the fact that he's like outwardly defended these people without even knowing it by repeating their talking
to
points.
Be like, you are objectively closer to their side.
So much.
We're gonna have to end this.
It was huge.
Video.
Thank you very much for teaching me
those transgressions because
and
they're
I
really rewriting history.
I think
don't want to lose touch with a lot of people in here.
Oh,
who do you want to lose touch with? Who you're not trying to keep around?
So funny.
A lot of certain type of people in here I really want to stay in touch with.
What I'm seeing is this is heavy. This is heavy to have all the races involved in here. Where I come from, you don't see this. Whenever you're feeling like you're getting weak at what you're doing, you always be able to look back on it, man, and see some of the things that you was talking about, some of the things that was said to you, and how you was living. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, it shouldn't matter, but for the Scared Straight section, the coolest motherfucker on the planet was probably a bad idea.
Yeah,
like the most charismatic and cool guy in the room.
I mean, but it does look like Nick genuinely respects him, which is cool.
Yeah, it's
but
nice.
He's just so goddamn cool,
and he's like, this is amazing. And again, it's also interesting that he walked in and was like, wow, this is like a super opulent house. That's weird. This is like eye-opening. This is weird.
Yeah, you've been living like this?
What the hell?
Damn,
and
didn't know you all had it like that.
And then Nick is like, he's getting, I don't know, like not that Brian is lacking as a parent or anything. He's getting like an uncle experience as opposed to the dad experience.
Yeah.
And his eyes are like beaming. Like he's so happy whenever he's listening to this dude.
Yeah.
That everybody don't get this opportunity, man. So, and it'll motivate you to get that. Everybody don't get this opportunity, man. So, they were saying they blessed to be a part of this, man. The most blessed person he is you. You know what I'm saying? So this right here is something that you'll be able to take with you for the rest of your life, man. So if we were to hear or see anything opposite of a strong future for you, man, we would be kind of upset. I would personally be upset that if you don't make it all the way, you should be able to get whatever God blesses you with, whatever's in your mind to have. Any one of these people you could probably call upon to get whatever you need from them. This is power. This. There's power in this.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, hold on. All right. Keep your eyes on the white lady.
Hello, Jordan and Jarvis. You enjoyed the N-word, huh? You liked it when he said that?
We saw you from across the bar. We like your vibe.
Oh my God, they're both looking in the light.
I know.
How?
Who was in the stretch Hummer?
I think it just turned up and left.
Yeah, it's like a No, there's nothing inside. It's an organic being, like an Evangelion. It bleeds.
I have to go home.
It's just, honk honk.
I'm going to Optimus Prime.
It's time for me to go on a hike.
Because I'm white.
Yeah, because I'm white.
Is it?
He's saying goodbye to the coolest thing he's ever seen.
Thank you for your service, Kenny.
Remember when it showed up and he was like, damn, who's in that?
Shit.
Is he smoking a cigarette? Wait. It's a lollipop? A toothpick? He got the cigar from Guinea?
Was she always in an episode of Downton Abbey?
Yeah, wait. I've never seen someone do this. Her leg is out of the window.
She's breaking in.
That can't be comfortable. They were like, dude, we have an idea for this shot. Yeah, why is her room is never lit? It's lit by daylight and candles.
She's like an Edwardian mistress, dude. Why is she always like this?
There might not be much left to comment on, but we'll watch it, of course.
I think it's
oh yeah, we got
it's
3
poignant,
minutes
dude.
left.
I have hope that racism can end.
I have bad news.
Rose, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thanks
for saying that, dude.
Wait, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I never considered it. Also, these headboards are ridiculous.
I know. I gotta say, the 2000s was doing some nasty stuff with interior decorating.
Yeah, it was
dude.
rough.
What is that artwork above the bed?
Far above it, too.
That's so they can have extra headroom.
I have doubt that it will anytime soon. I think we've got a long way to go.
Well, 5 weeks ago, I was the kind of person that didn't really think about racial things at all. After the whole experience and everything, it just kind of opened my eyes a little bit, made me more aware of the things around me.
It kind of feels like the Sparks family did it because they wanted their kid to understand.
Yeah, that was the mission.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do think it matters that Bruno is this bizarre third party with no investment other than being on TV.
Yeah, Liddy's the actor of the group.
I came out of this experience truly with the same perspective. Race has never been an issue for me, and I don't believe this experience.
Sorry, I just want to make sure I heard what he said. But yes, that's insane. Yeah, like I said, he gets called out for not learning or changing his perspective at all, and then he goes no, and then on the confessional he's like, I came and I left with the same stuff up here.
Total bullshit what they said. They were wrong, actually. But I opened my mind and they were wrong.
Yeah, they didn't even like my song.
That's all he's upset about.
I came out of this experience truly with the same perspective. Race has never been an issue for me, and I don't believe I'm racist.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Well, roll credits, I guess.
Shit, I guess I was wrong.
Yeah.
Because I judge people on who they are. Those are the values.
Hold on.
Oh, cool.
Hold on. Maybe the coolest moment he's ever had.
That's one of the most offensive things he's ever done.
He goes, you know what this outfit needs? You know what this hat needs? Another hat.
It literally needs a hat on a hat.
It's like a message to the audience.
Yeah, this was pointless.
He's like, I've been a method actor this whole time.
The values I came in with. Because I judge people on who they are. Those are the values I came in with. Those are the values and beliefs that I'm walking out with.
So it's interesting because he's like part of the way there. Like, sure, treat people as people, but when people are saying that they exist in a world that is built on institutions that do not act that way,
I see them.
He goes, no, because I'm not racist.
I don't do that.
So that doesn't exist.
Which is like, I get it. It's probably very comforting. If engaging with racial politics is optional, I'm sure it's very nice.
So nice. Ignore it.
Like, I just actually don't have that issue. Yeah. Actually, I don't have the disease. It's gone because I don't want to have it.
Super sick.
And you're like, oh, okay. Can I talk to you about my condition? No. Because no one has it.
It doesn't exist.
You have your bag downstairs?
What a luggage.
Okay.
up for this.
I don't know if we have an actual responsibility to share ourselves with one another, the two races.
Something's wrong. Disconnecting.
Does not compute. Error.
God, there's a lot to work through there.
Yeah, I don't. That's actually
the two races.
She threw us like a chew toy at the end. I was like, wait a minute. I don't even know if I have a hard opinion on what she just said. I need to think about it for a second.
Jeez, yeah, that blew my hair back.
I don't think we have. Yeah, gave Brian here. The next one, he's got like a Cat Williams wig on.
Wait a minute. Give me that one moment.
Yeah. I don't know if we have an actual. I don't know if we have an actual responsibility to share ourselves with one another, the two races. I guess technically.
I mean, responsibility?
I feel like it depends on what you view your role is in society.
Does she mean like cosmically?
Yeah.
Like religiously?
Yeah, just not against the law. Yeah.
I don't think I have to do that. You're right, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if we have an actual responsibility to share ourselves with one another, the two races. But on some level, if we want a difference on this planet, we do.
Big guy.
Brilliant.
Okay.
So it's just another nothing statement.
She kind of brought it back around to like nothing. She started like below ground, and then she got herself back to literally zero.
I mean, I'll say it. I do think, we could really genuinely say that racism is bad, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, technically, I don't have to do anything.
But maybe I do.
But if I want to see the world improve, maybe I do.
But I can't.
But my hands are tied.
But are they? Yes.
But are they? I have. Dude, my calendar is chock full of hikes. I've got to go on.
Alone this time. Don't worry about that.
Appreciate it, man. I know we had a rocky all the way to
The road less traveled.
I'm very encouraged that I can get better, but you just got to take a chance. That's what your fear wants, and say, wow.
So the black people have the white backgrounds, and the white people have the black backgrounds?
Is that allowed?
The black people, or excuse me, the white people are in a, what's like a famous thing that uses like a black background like that?
Void.
Like a music video, or like like a true crime, okay, here we go. Okay, so the white people are on an episode of 60 Minutes, and the black people are in a Jubilee video.
This is, I know it's just because we watched a lot of it and it's the most contemporary example, but this is so Jubilee, except it's extended as they pack up luggage and talk for 30 minutes
right.
about this exercise where we had to find who had the most dogs.
It's like a Mr. Beast video where they were trapped in a Jubilee video for a week or for a month.
I got 5 black people and 5 white people to see if they could work together.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jimmy.
They're going to be living together in a house.
All 5 weeks. It's not good for, blacks and whites to just go their separate ways. We can't be separated.
Dwight D. Eisenhower getting the Little Rock 9 integrated into the schools.
He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Wow, actually, I never considered it like that.
I guess. All right, we'll do it again. Or is it? No, but maybe yes. What's the ethical conclusion of this show? Racism might be bad.
I think it's that integration is good, which is at the time of filming a half-century old concept.
The Batman Begins just came out.
Yeah,
this is not that long ago.
Call me when you get to college. Tell me about your dorm, your friends.
No, she got my number. Everything is, not always up and up. But I appreciate it nonetheless. I wouldn't change.
God, it really feels like the race swap element was so unimportant.
That's pretty crazy, because it's like we could have told them that with a time machine.
They just hung out in a house. Yeah. That's the only parts that changed.
And had a few conversations and a lot of arguments. And none of those were during the makeup part. And no one felt different. I think the most we saw somebody experience something was Brian being like, "Damn, white people are leaving their wallets in bars.
That's weird.
That's crazy. I want to interview them.
Next time you go toilet, you would you leave it again?
Again? Wow.
Like, go toilet.
And Brian's like, I learned a lot on this exercise.
If we start making changes today, 100 years from now, racism will be gone.
Guys, I want to say this has been a hell of a.
I feel like they made him say that.
All right, that's a big jump.
We'll try. I think we've got 80 years left.
None of us expected what we went through. We all stood through it. I just want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
I think from this point, just the way you're joined hands right now, we're all linked for life.
Until you open your mouth.
Oh, this is weird. This is weird. Stop. Oh, Bruno's hand is like it's like overhands. Bruno looks like he's trying to get in.
Let
me in.
And your
please, I want to.
ears.
He was the last one.
To other people's words and experiences. You can't make a difference. If you got it in you to accept and forgive and move and learn, beautiful. You're changing the world.
The camera guy was like, wait,
please, I don't want to.
Wait, no.
Don't make me wear blackface again.
Now 5 more weeks of the camera guy with no subjects.
Backing up luggage.
Going around the house. Like you're in a third-person horror game.
It's just
Or
Kenny.
a first-person, like you're in a first-person horror game.
Opening the doors slowly.
Opening doors. You see like lots of puzzles. They all flew away on a helicopter.
The cameraman's like, help!
Yeah.
See Tom Scott.
It was like they didn't have access to drones like that at this point, so they're like, how do we get this aerial shot?
From the camera.
Really?
Stay gold. Goodbye. Thank you for coming in, and thanks for all the racism.
Huh?